Hey guys, hey, it is me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot. Welcome to our Saturday impromptu 222, at least where I am Eastern Standard Time here. 222. If you are anywhere else in the world, let me know what time it is there for you because it is time to come into some luck time. So we're going to be looking at all signs in depth today, and we are going to be asking where to next. So where are we going next? Hey, Miss Moni. I missed you too at the lives. I'm glad you're back on the saddle, we hope. Love having your energy here. All right, guys, let's go ahead and cleanse out the energy here. Happy birthday, Taurians. We are going to be starting with you. I have mentioned in the last couple readings that Sunday something was coming on Sunday, which is tomorrow where we are right now at the time of this reading. And it is a key astrology for success because we've got Jupiter and the sun sextiling. A sextile is 60 degrees away, so 2 signs away. And that's an opportunity. They opportunize one another. And that is going to be at the 21st symbol of each of those signs of Taurus and of Cancer. Well, okay. That was a little late on the uptick there. Thank you, timer. Little 3 minutes behind. It was supposed to be set for 222. Okay, guys. Miss Bitch is in the house. All right, let's start with off with our Taurians. Okay, Taurus, what do you need to know here? What is the next magnetized opportunity? Now, in the description box there, you will see a link to what to do and not to do during an Aquarius moon, which is where we are now. And as a matter of fact, we are in the last quarter moon here for Aquarius. Okay, last quarter moons are all about adjustments being required. So before that chariot takes off with that Cancerian energy, we want to make sure all systems are checked and ready to go. All right, Taurus, well, we've got new life showing itself here. Keep in mind that this Taurus energy is going to be affecting us all because the sun affects all of our energies. And what you don't see coming, it flew out but came out upside down, was that this is two hearts connecting. And the last time I referred to this energy, I talked about passing notes in school. So maybe we're seeing something from a different perspective. We're balancing our own inner yin and yang with this loyal heart energy. And look at the lavenders. Today is purple chakra day. It's all about the third eye, the lavender flame within that we can find when we meditate. All right. How I talk to spirit. That new life is a 39 energy, in essence being a 12. So something could be about ready to do 180 for us here. And we just need to, I can't tell you why there on the bottom. And that is a 31 energy. So maybe we're restructuring something here. We're seeing why our past choices were what they were at the time. We don't know until we know, right? So there's also some white wings here on a red book of knowledge. So it does feel like we are seeing something from a different perspective there. And even though it's not, I'm getting magic carpet. So again, where to next? Magnetized opportunities. This could be reconnecting back to your why, which is always what is recommended. For example, when you start a new business, that is certainly loyal to your heart. And with this new life energy, boy, is that beautiful. I think you intuitively know where you want to go next based off of where we didn't like going in the past. Okay. Earth energies, these are going to be trining your own birth chart. So keep that in mind. Let me grab my earth deck here for Taurus. Ace of Wands here on the bottom. These are all pre-shuffled. So I'll shuffle for the next earth signs as well. And there's the all four aces of potential. We saw that come out in Thursday night date night quite a bit with an emphasis on what has been locked up. And maybe this Y energy here, with it being on the bottom of the deck, you're understanding the why of something so that it could clear this way. It could clear the pavement or the tarmac or wherever you're using here to take off or land. And what is a potential here? What do we see from a new perspective? This Miss Haversham energy I get off of this Ace of Wands, because it's kind of like, well, because I didn't get exactly what I wanted, I'm going to pout and cry and lock myself up away forever because everything sucks. I think you're seeing that from a new perspective. Well, I kept going back in the cave, Ange, and I kept trying to redate old Scully there, Scully Scavalis, and that was with that fire burning. It was always going to be something that would end in a fire, but that was so something new could be rebuilt. So here is the Page of Pentacles there, and that's a reference to Pandora's box. We've got to go through the struggle and strife in order to make it out to the other end and get into the hope and into the lightness of the situation, whatever this lesson learned was. And we've got moon energy there, whatever was hidden in our moon, possibly from view. We're figuring that out now. That is our near opportunity driving the energy. And then we've got the block as an Empress energy. So that means I'm not surrendering, right? I'm still maybe in that, leave me alone because I'm just going to be surrounded by all the memories. Just let me be he and boo-hoo by myself. But with the Empress showing up, that means even in reverse, the energy is present. So that is something that we are able to do ourselves. We are able to get back into the Empress energy. Okay, and there's the lesson learned of the Hierophant. So there's your power card, Taurus. And again, with this being the bottom of the deck, this is environmental energy for us all, what we are surfing. And there's our Page of Wands here, knowing that this new potential is coming, especially with that Ace starting us off. And this is golden. This independence is golden, independent energy, 9 of Pentacles. There's Virgo. And then we've got Mars cutting and severing with this tower, like I was connecting to the embers here of the recent past energy of, okay, well, that was because I kept going into the same familiar cave. And that's okay, because it had my heart on lockdown here. It had the Empress's heart on lockdown regarding something of yesteryear, 6 of Cups. I mean, this is old London energy, antiquated. There's a light that's come on. There's Mars showing up again. So the Phoenix energy rising from the ashes. And it is about dang time here. We get up and out of our heads with that 8 of Swords about a near future tower happening. That's energy, that's potential outcome, guys. And that feels like what is ending, surprise, suddenly, is now or no longer in the 8 of Swords. So that's quite beautiful. Let's see where you guys come out on top here, Taurus. All right, a long story. So you're coming in as the 8 of Pentacles, Taurus. And again, that was being driven by the Miss Haversham of my passions, been locked up, and okay, the situation that has all 4 aces of potential. 3 of Pentacles. So the situation is a springboard. So this is a new collaboration of some sort. This is a restart energy, and the opportunity being driven by the 9 of Swords. I love that's the perfect position for this World card. Most powerful card in the deck. That's the opportunity here, guys. And again, with that full moon, we have a second full moon coming up at the end of the month, which is a blue moon, because that only occurs once in a blue moon, right? That we have 2 full moons in 1 month. So what is successfully completing here, especially with that Owl of Wisdom that she's holding, and she's also holding one of these guys here, this end of the 9 of Swords. We are seeing now that this old lesson was here for us, and not to just piss us off. Okay. It was for the best and highest good. Yeah. What two of wands do we keep repeating in the recent past? This four of wands. So there's the Mars energy again of the 1111. And that was the recent past. So this is a relationship, a one-to-one connection, whatever label that you put on it, that we kept choosing, even though something was dead here. Something was not going to resurrect. Heart of the reading, beautiful. Star energy, and check out that little U shape of the south node. Okay, so the south node right now is indeed a merry-go-round. I didn't know that on our live. We pulled from the new Moon Tube deck, and I specifically pointed out the merry-go-round card. I forget right now what that was, but I did make a note of it in my notes because it was a literal merry-go-round. Let me see if I can see it. Oh, the Fool. New leap of faith. There's the merry-go-round right there. So the south node is we're leaving behind the merry-go-round, and that is finding poise amongst emotional turbulence. That's the heart of the reading. And we had to go through that emotional turbulence in order to find the hope and the inspiration at the bottom of Pandora's box. Okay. And in the near future, with the moon driving this energy, there's the King of Truth. I am walking towards my own destiny here. I am walking towards the truth of what I really want with the Four of Wands. And had I not gone through that lesson, however many times we went through it, I would have continued to be frightened by the things I didn't know. And now I know that it only matters what I know. It only matters what my truth is. We have enough data here on the past in order to move towards the future. And in the blocked position, why was the Empress in reverse? Because Six of Pentacles, this was not an equal relationship, right? This was not evenly balanced. It wasn't fair. It weren't fair. Okay, it weren't fair. And what Spirit wants you to know on top of your power card here, energy Taurus of the Hierophant, peace be with you. Yesterday's song was Give Peace a Chance. We've got your energy with that King of Pentacles driving the Hierophant. I've learned the lesson. I don't need to learn it anymore. Okay. And when we do, yes, we're collecting our pentacles, but look behind him. There's that red root, passionate energy. This lesson with his red robe here is a lesson about passion. And if we kept trying to reignite or re-look at a skull and convince ourselves that there was lifeblood there, when something was clearly out of balance and not being treated like the Empress that you are. I mean, Taurus, that's your power card too, because Venus rules your sun sign. So for you to not feel yourself, you'll know this reading is for you because you did not feel yourself. You did not feel your greatest power here. It's like your power was diminished. Okay. Where are you going? Outcome energy. Doesn't matter what deck I use. This is a lot of times the Chariot is coming up in the potential outcome here. And she is holding two chess pieces, one of the yin, one of the yang, and that's in balance. So I have no doubt here that you're going to be leveling out your energy, Taurus. There's Virgo again with that south node kind of symbol here. And this is only one of two cards where it includes the red thread of destiny. So whatever this is that you're coming out in an independent 9 of Pentacles energy, here's the progression of the 10 to say, yep, you did it. It's really over. And the Tower energy was driven by the Judgment card. So Scorpio energy, something that was hidden, has come to light. Judgment energy is, yes, that was a soulmate. Soulmates are also heavy lessons sometimes, but our soul set that up so we can make a different decision this lifetime in order to evolve into not choose an old Scully when we've already had the data that suggests why. Now, I'm not saying with you coming in here as Eight of Pentacles, look at that book. This is a lot of data. So, and you're like, this is why, Ange, this is why I had my heart on lockdown, or maybe something else on lockdown, your Empress energy for sure. It's like, nope, I recognize that I deserve my equal. This is a big lesson for all of us, and we're finally figuring out the why of it. And situation co-create, what I say with that Three of Pentacles right here. Look, there's a new egg, and there's an owl sitting on the line with that cheetah. And it's like, we're still in the pot, little bit of the pause energy, but life's about to come at us fast here. And when we stop choosing old Scully, gotta love that. 41 energy, a change of soulmate. We upgrade. I'm going to call this one for you, Taurus, upgrade you. So I think that's a Beyonce song. Let me upgrade you here into this new life. If that's not gorgeous, I don't know what is, guys. All for being loyal to your own heart, balancing your own yin and yang energy. And what do we say when we successfully complete a cycle? It opens a door, perhaps on this new moon here at the end of the month, or excuse me, not new moon, the blue moon, the full blue moon. All right. And that judgment call has a lot of greeny blue vibes going on in there. Not a fan. What's Queen Bee? It's Queen Bee. Hope you're not talking Plan B. I was going to say those days for me have passed by. It's just age now. Plan B is age. All right, your Taurus. I hope that was useful, helpful to you. Again, that was a reading for everyone. If you feel like you've been surfing that cycle over and over again, just by simply participating with unseen forces, our third eye, where the sun is sitting right now, willing participation with unseen forces. We're co-creating something new, and when we learn the lesson, Daddy Saddy's rewarding us with a new soulmate, and one that we don't need to get creamed by and put our hearts on lockdown for. Yang right underneath that. So just saying, we got Gemini coming up next. Miss Kathy, thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate you. And we have, Marshall, Miss Kaylee, how are you? Tell him we say hi too. I'm jealous he got to have chocolate chip waffles this morning. Tell him did he have any left? You know who has good chocolate chip waffles? I don't know if you guys have North Star. Do you guys have a restaurant called North Star where you are? Oh, gotcha. Queen Bee Beyonce. It's just a song. Let me upgrade you. So wherever Taurus is in your chart, that can be where we're expecting this upgrade of energy. All righty. Let's move into Gemini energy. What does Gemini need to know? Please and thank you. Didn't have any. I've never made homemade waffles. I think you have to have a waffle iron for that, but it's just easier to go somewhere than you don't have to clean it up. Gemini, boy, oh boy. And I shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. Well, Gemini, you are the energy of the lovers. So remember, the sign before us always has something to teach us because it is a semi-sextile. It's right next door. Pardon my polish. My lips will get very dry because, as we know, I talk a lot. Gemini, loyal heart here as well. We do have Venus in your sign. All right. And on the bottom of the deck, there's some Saggy energy with that 14 and another owl, truth be told. And this is an open window here with hearts flying in. And this is coming from the outside in. So that owl of wisdom is standing on a mask. And I have been the last few readings getting an energy coming from the outside in to talk about being able to see some kind of error of their ways, or they get the lesson. Yeah. And we also talked about yang energy is working on balance of their divine feminine. So this is you're getting a message here about somebody surrendering something. And we've got to the sea, more water energy there. And of course, with the yin energy, that's a water fountain. And there's no motor on that boat. And this is, they are heading due north here with that weather vane. Heading due north, Gemini. Where are you going? Let's grab the nosy deck and see. All right, well, heading towards victory here. This could be this person coming in and telling you about a victory as they're heading toward their north node. Four of Wands again as the situation. And Page of Cups. Traditionally, that's a love offer, but in this deck in particular, she's looking back at her patterns of her own cups because she's the common denominator. So this is like, I see the common mask that I wore, and they're surrendering here to the energy of their water, their feminine energy. Okay, I like that. And she is looking back at the past there with masks as well. 1111 as the situation. Let's see where you're coming in here as Gemini, new leap of faith. And she's standing on, again, there's that full moon. She's standing on the hat of one of her suitors. And there is a new suitor on this chessboard in front of her. She's protected either side here by the gargoyles, which are spiritual protection. And then she's standing on one hat, and then there's plenty of hats in her wake here behind her. And she's holding the bell here, saying it's about darn tootin' time. I'm going to be loyal towards only accepting what I want. King of Cups situation. So being driven by that Four of Wands, the 1111 energy, where Chiron is sitting right now in Aries. We've got some Scorpion energy coming through here with that King of Cups. That is all about, that's the quarter moon in Aquarius today. Hold on. It's King of Cups energy. Two lovebirds sitting on a fence. Like two lovebirds to you. This is today's last quarter moon in Aquarius. Wow. Okay, this person might be coming from some kind of tower themselves or some kind of devastation. Yeah, they are either, the opportunity here is for, they can either walk away from this love offer, they can walk away from telling their truth or truth be told, especially if they see you getting ready to take off for a new beginning here. The opportunity for 7 swords. What is best for the greater good? Notice she's wearing that mask here. So the opportunity that's coming in is that they are for the greater good, letting you know what kind of their summary is of their pattern. Okay, somebody's realizing they were the common denominator here. Maybe that's a new concept. Yeah. Recent past, if you had dealings with this person, it was very addictive. It's not fun. It's Persephone there. I mean, they're not having a bad time, but it feels like something you know was very, very hard to resist. Heart of the reading, but you're hanging on here, 7 of Pentacles, to the ever-turning dream. More Taurus energy. Again, that's going to be semi-sextile, Gemini. So that means it is teaching you and growing you. So take a note from that Taurus reading. Now, in the top of her head, it opens up like a heart, like a music box here. What has made your heart turn here over and over? It could possibly be this King of Cups energy coming in as the diplomat, letting you know what's going on here. Knight of Cups in the near future. He's deploying the knight. And in this deck, she is pouring back into that stone figure. So this feels like a regeneration. Let's see what's driving the past. Healing. So in this deck, you may or may not know, but in the top of this Liz Houston deck, the lovers are up in the sky. And the 4 swords here are all because she's done healing. There's not still a sword of truth in front of her. And the crow here, the spirit of communication between the 2 worlds of the 3D and 5D, is just waiting for her to put her crown back on. And there's a Black Panther here in the trees, which is about reclaiming your power. You might resonate with the number 44. What else? There's something else they want me to see. Oh, okay. So it's this during a balsamic moon. That is a balsamic moon at the top here. So maybe as of the last balsamic moon, this is when they're healing this pattern, or maybe y'all are healing your pattern together. If this is a current partner, let's look at the bottom. What's driving the 7 of Pentacles? More Gemini energy. Venus. Knight of Swords. Hella fast. So, and with this 7 of Pentacles in this deck there, she's got 4 leaf clovers all around her bodice. And that would be the Jupiter energy, the Cancerian energy, which is a prima donna singing. And that lesson is all about understanding the costs of what it takes a long time to acquire. This is like someone's realizing the cost of something and coming in with haste here. And we've got Aquarius and Pluto, or Pluto in Aquarius there with that King of Swords. There's the King of Truth, possibly wanting to transform this love relationship with you. Okay, I think you might, if you've had a few merry-go-rounds with this person, you might be like looking at them a little side-eyed here, but they're putting their heart on their sleeve. They've been through a lot here. Back to the top of the deck, yeah, they've been through a lot. Jealousy, strife, and competition. They might have gotten backstabbed in some kind of way, but it felt like maybe there was always an enemy at the gate. But with the opportunity here, again, they're seeing their patterns. They're seeing what they were still carrying with them from the past. Okay, and driving that 5 of Wands. Yeah, they could only ever get to a 2 of Cups. So this might have been like a start-stop kind of thing. They're saying now they're choosing to be more grounded, because the 2 of Cups in reverse, what they're telling you about this jealousy, strife, and competition of this pattern energy here that needed to heal, is maybe they weren't willing to kind of put their foot under anything grounded before. Maybe they didn't trust something that was balanced and healthy. Okay, and she does have Aries Rams here, so even though it's a 2 of Cups Cancerian energy of alchemizing, or I want what you want, in reverse, it's like someone kind of leaves as quick as they come in, and that would have been the block, and it was really deceiving themselves. Maybe you felt a little Charlie Brown here with this on your side as the 5 of Wands, like, oh yeah, I said go ahead and come over, Lucy, bring your football. And I kept Charlie Brown in that shit each time. I hope you know what I mean by that. You might need to be a little older. It's like Lucy and Charlie Brown. I feel like that's a pretty common trope there. Now, what Spirit wants you to know is you're going to have to use your voice here. You have a choice to make, because whatever this is, I feel like Spirit just wants you to listen to what they have to say. You don't have to solve anything. Two of Pentacles. Okay, you don't have to solve anything. A 7 and a 2 make the 9 of Pentacles, which we've already seen. Spirit wants you to know the 2 of Pentacles is being driven by the sun. There's two people in this major arcana card here. And they're talking about their happiness. Yeah, all you need to do is listen. This person has a story to tell. They got a story to tell here about their past love energy. Now, can't outcome energy, potential outcome. The Chariot this time is driving the energy towards you. Most love in the entire deck. I mean, Venus and Gemini much here. Look at all these cups. You're like, I'm off to a new start. And they're like, hold up. Okay, hold up. That's why they're picking up speed here and here. They want a victory. All right, 6 of Wands. But what Spirit wants you to know is all you're going to have to do is listen. So just hear them out, hear what they have to say. And I see you doing that here, Gemini. You have a lot of love for this person. We've got the whole court, the gang's all here. We got the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups in the near future, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Cups. Are you singing dry, Kath? Hold up. All right. Yeah, got their chariot coming towards you. They expect this ship to come in. High Priestess. They have a feeling. And again, you're going to have a decision to make. 2 of Swords. It'll bring you to a crossroads. And it's like 4 of Cups. Maybe you're still focusing on the 3 of Cups. The last time we had this reunion energy there of the 3 of Cups. But Spirit's saying there's a whole new cup. We may just still be recovering here from last time because she kind of toe up from the flow up. Queen of Swords, they're telling the truth. And on the bottom of the deck with King and Queen of Swords, they could very well have learned this lesson with a Queen of Swords or a King of Swords personality type. And sometimes, like, they can be the best fun at a party, the King and Queen of Swords, if they're invited to your party, because they're witty, they got the jokes, they got the humor, they can let their hair down a bit. But if those two are in their shadow elements, they fight like cats and dogs. And then over on your side, we've got situation being the King of Cups. This is someone who's got love for you. Love for you, Gemini. Venus and Gemini, we've got another deacon to go there. So before moving into Taurus, which is going to be her home turf anyhow. So let me know if that resonates with you guys. Oh, I know. I hate the autocorrect, especially when you try to cuss. It tries to stop you. I'm like, that is so rude. So rude. I'm going to jump. Even though sometimes you guys may beg to differ, but that's okay. It's all in good fun. Oh, is Monica here? Ferocious Ambition. Hello. Thank you. We are on Cancer energy. I know that's your Cancer moon. Peg, you're a Cancer rising. Everybody else, let me know where your Cancer placement is sitting. Kathy, in our charts, the same place as mine there, girl. Cancer would be sitting in our 12th house of past life energy, the soul's journey. So let's see what's going on here for Cancer, especially with our lucky Sunday here energy. The sun sextiling Jupiter doesn't happen until 10:09 p.m. Sunday night Eastern Standard Time. So that energy will still be lingering around as long as the sun is up to that 21st degree. So see how the sign before us shows us. All right, you got truth be told here on the top this time, and on the bottom, more water energy to the sea, again, heading to the north. You don't have to do anything. Okay. It's a paper boat. That's why there's no motor on it. A paper boat. Happy, happy. We've got yin energy, the number 27 in particular. Wow. Well, today's 25, or excuse me, today's 24, tomorrow's 25, 26, 27, Tuesday would be 27 energy. And there's our 26 of happy, happy. Okay, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Cancer. What's up with that? Happy, happy coming in. Okay, let's get the water deck out here, Cancer energy. Somebody's making a decision here, taking a different action. Aquarian energy transformation with the star, and singular energy there with the 9 of Cups. Pisces, North of Destiny. Okay, currently at the 8 of Cups, but we're at symbol 6, which is about tolerating others until they become intolerable. And then, of course, the South Node of Karma at the symbol of a merry-go-round. So a chance to release and let go of the past pattern. Well, Cancer, you're coming in here with eight of wands here, lots of passion. You're grabbing for it. Okay, and again, double Sag energy there with truth be told is the 14 and that 8 of wands. Passionate communication. Situation being the Hierophant. Okay, so we got major supporting a major here, healing of a long held dream, a wish. This is a long time coming kind of energy. And the Hierophant is also about tradition or the 5 of change. You, Cancer, you've been busy with your own thing here. You're working on your own star, your own dream, and the opportunity is for justice to be served here of wish fulfillment. So there's about to be a wave of emotion. I mentioned all that water on the environmental energy. It's about to come in here as that opportunity. A sword of truth is going to be leveled out. And whereas the past, the scrolls energy, was always taken over, this new wave of truth coming in, about someone taking a different action towards their wish fulfillment of the 9 of Cups. Very interesting. Yeah, recent past, Cancer, the Lover's energy. In this deck, this is one and the same person. So I love that representation because we ourselves are the yin and yang energy. And if our energy is in balance, we got all 4 aces of potential. That Wheel of Fortune, divine timing can be activated. Wow, Cancer. So 4 out of 5 cards here are major arcana so far. Let's see what's driving that Lover's energy from the past. A choice to move into a different direction, from land to water or from water to land, possibly just a change of home. But again, Mars energy there, cutting and severing. There was some kind of challenge. We just left Mars action, a pugilist in the ring, and that was about challenges of balance, challenges of our own masculine energy and feminine energy getting into balance, especially with the the scales there of justice trying to balance out. The heart of the reading, environmental energy, there's the successful completion of a cycle. So truth be told, they're all in this water energy. Are you learning about somebody's yin surrender to their happy, happy? A lot of turquoise. Okay, let's see what was driving that heart of the reading. The all four aces of potential is the Eight of Swords. So if this person has been in an Eight of Swords, it's because of them experiencing a tower and they want to make a different choice this time. Okay. If this is your all four aces of potential, remember we cannot get in our heads about it going, when's it getting here? When's it getting here? Could simply be just Venus visiting Gemini right now, Cancer. Magician would denote Aquarius, but for me more, I see that as an Aries energy because it's the baby, the right after the Fool, the very first sign that comes out. Near future energy, Ace of Pentacles. So this person, if they did have a tower, again, they're bringing something of substance, time, energy, money, resources. And the gold at the bottom of the ocean, if this is not a person for you, is that you have learned the path out of this bay here. The path out is to leave behind some of the knowledge that you don't need, like the Eight of Swords, whatever we ruminate about, whatever ended, okay, whatever totally flipped the script here. In this deck, this is only, they only take enough swords of knowledge for each of them. They're not taking more than they can carry. Cancer, don't take more than you can carry because you want to have enough room. If you're carrying bad thoughts or swords, okay, you're focusing or ruminating on old lessons, maybe that still needs a little bit more healing here, then you're not going to have the room to carry the pentacles. Okay, what's in the block? Four Pentacles. So that is kind of not like what? Nothing to see here. I don't have a wave of emotions behind me that I'm trying to ignore. No, this energy will not be ignored. Maybe there's just a little bit more knowledge here. There's an aha of some sort coming up, or there's this sort of truth here. You're being able to leave some kind of history behind there. Let's drive in the block of the Four of Pentacles. Could be mother energy, blocking or getting in the way of something. Both Capricorn cards here. That will be opposing the Cancerian or the Jupiter energy to try to balance out. This can be the person, if you're reading this side of the board, as another person, or the yang energy. By them making a different decision, they can certainly right their own time, money, energy, resources. Again, whatever they think they're bringing you, they're able to now bring. Okay. What Spirit wants you to know driving that energy is, if this is something that you wanted, it wants you as well. And Knight of Swords, Venus energy, because the Gemini. So this is a big lesson in love here, Cancer. And I think why we were brushing our hair and ignoring emotions here, I'm just going to kind of hang on to what I got. Love is what I got. Remember that? Who is that? That's come up in a reading before. So that was random. But anyway, whatever we were ignoring here, now Spirit says, no, this wave of emotion that's coming in, you will not be able to ignore it. But at the same time, when you focus on it, then you don't allow that wave of emotion. If you take your eyes off of it, it'll pull her under, right? So if she takes her eyes off that sort of truth, for 1 second, it can swallow us whole. And then here, this wave of emotion is coming. So know that. And it's here, though, Cancer, to disrupt some kind of thoughts or beliefs that you've held on to for a really long time. And that feels like a good thing here to me. This truth of maybe something we thought was balanced was not quite symbiotic because we have the clownfish and the anemone. Is you do for me, I do for the other. This Cancer can be a big asterisk lesson about not overgiving, because we did start with the 8. We have to, we give a little, get a little back. And if you don't get, you don't give anything until you do. And if it never comes, then there's our answer. Truth be told, okay? Potential outcome, you're focusing on the truth about balance. I will only take what is balanced with me. If they want what I want, okay, great. That's a great place to start. 2 of Cups. Focused on the balanced energy. Yeah. Outcome. This was a big lesson of discernment. So lots of swords here for you, Cancer, on the border. Swords on the border. And this information that comes in, I feel like you're gonna like it. This is definitely a tangible 3D offer, especially with the near future being the Ace of Pentacles. There's those pearls of wisdom. And I'm not worried about you here, Cancer. This was hard won. You're not letting go of your focus here. You're like, if it's not balanced, even and fair, if I don't feel the same way, if I'm not shown the truth of a situation, okay, if there's not the communication, if you're always the one initiating that and not getting anything back, that's the end of that. That's the end of that. Okay, so with this heart of the reading here, that World card, the end of 8 of Swords. No more stinking thinking, Cancer. Whatever this 2 of Cups is this knowledge is very healing and allows us here to walk away. It says this energy outside you is walking towards their 9 cups. And in order to do that, you got to leave behind let a sleeping giant lie, or this is this person letting a sleeping giant lie to come and bring you their truth of their wish fulfillment. Quite beautiful. Hard one there, Cancer. Hard one. Maybe you learn to do things that are not the hard way. We don't always have to learn the hard way. It's ease and grace helps us get to that happy energy. Okay, but Empress right underneath that full moon energy again of the 8 of Cups. They're surrendering. I already said that. Could be within even Taurus time with that King of Pentacles there. Yeah. So that feels like, all right, wherever Cancer's sitting in your chart there, wherever you've had a pretty rough lesson, but that felt like it was there for a hot minute. Okay, only take what you need. You don't have to take the sorrow with you. Hey, Divine Timing, how are you? Thanks for being here. What is that? Can someone please, Roman, I don't know what you're doing here, but we don't take negative energy here. So we're not here to learn and grow. You can take your foolishness somewhere else, please. Thank you. All right. We don't let no negative, that's the first time that's ever happened. So, I mean, I don't know that it was particularly, but it just wasn't No, nothing we need to hear. Bye. Okay. Up next, Leo. All right. Leo energies. What does Leo need to know? I can't. It was supposed to be fridge art, Kath. Yes, thank you. If you're watching through your phone, double tap that screen to like, and especially if you can share the reading with anybody else that would like to hear their other placements. Leo energies. Un momento. Boy, my throat's dry today. Okay, Leo. What's happening? Hot stuff. On the split. I don't know why I wanted to split for you, but here it is. That timer back on the docks here, and it says never ending story. It's a 37 energy. And there's a little clock on a heart here, but she's going like this. Okay. 37 would be a 10 of Wheel of Fortune, of divine timing. We feel not quite balanced in our energy. And then we've got 21 energy of clean it up, cleaning up a never ending story. Let's keep that split there for you, Leo. What's going on? Grab the fire deck. What's going on, Leo? A never ending story regarding some kind of tradition there. Thoughts, beliefs, patterns. This could be even traditional thoughts regarding marriage. It doesn't always have to be the marriage card, the Hierophant, but keep in mind the sun is squaring your energy right now, Leo, which means that's a challenge. Okay, Leo, you're coming in as 7 of Pentacles you're in a waiting energy there. The situation, waiting on my 10 of Cups. My question would be, I hope we see the 9 of Cups, because you've got to be in your own wish fulfillment for that 10 to flow over and create the need for an extra cup. And the opportunity, Leo, is the Emperor. A lot of green with that heart chakra. That would be Leo's energy. All 4 kings. And I did mention the square. So all the kings or all the fixed energies would be squaring right now. And we're waiting for change. Situation, Chariot again, waiting for the 10 of Cups to come to you, but the opportunity is for you to go get something here. And the opportunity is for this message. It's like you're waiting for the message to come in, but you are the message. It feels like you need to be delivering this heart message here, Leo. You need to be the one delivering. Okay, lots of major arcana today, guys. A never-ending story might be that we just sit and wait for things to come to us instead of going to get them. Yeah. The recent past here is 2 of Wands, Aries energy, making a different decision instead of waiting. You're waiting on the world to change, but the world's not going to change and come to you. You got to go get it. You got to go get it. Heart of the reading, justice, karmic balance. You're like, I done put in the work, Ange. I already planted those seeds. So the heart of the reading here is about karmic justice coming to you. Okay. Near future energy, King of Swords. And he does have butterflies of transformation there on his robe. Seen a lot of that Pluto and Aquarius energy. Let's see what the recent past driving that 2 of Wands, another 2. So the 20 of Judgment, in essence, the 22. We talked about that on the live reading, and that was the special card, if you saw my post yesterday, of the universe. That's about expansion energy. and not waiting on the world to change, right? And going and expanding on our own, surrendering to what is, driving the justice energy. And there's your power card, Leo. I like that. What you kicking up your heels about here? That would be you're telling me here the environmental energy, this changes, you're poised for it. It's ready to come towards you. There's actually commitment wanting to come towards you. Maybe it is about you initiating some kind of truth here, because what comes at you is a page, Leo. And I feel like you've forgotten your Emperor energy, and that doesn't sound like Leo energy to me. Near future, well, there you go. We talked about that with this timing here, and there is a mirror, one of those old school hand mirrors, that you would sit on. Ooh, ear squeezy. I'm seeing it's like I don't know if anybody knows about antiques, but it's the kind where it had the mirror in the center and then the middle of it went down, and then there were taller kind of drawers either side, but you could scoot your chair. That's very specific, but it's something to do with that mirror. I don't know if any of you guys have maybe a grandparent's or a parent's piece of furniture. It's called something specific. I don't think it's called a vanity, but it might be. Okay, not the traditional kind of vanity we're thinking of. All right, so what ignites this Wheel of Fortune energy for you here, Leo, is your transformation of your truth, seeing your own power. And it's like you've had, like the Dorothy with the shoes, you've had the power all along here to bring this karmic justice of the 10 of Cups about. It's poised and ready. It's ready to come in, but there's something here on the split. Yeah, clean it up. And then the 10 of unfinished symphony. There's 88 keys on a piano. That's a little piano run there, which is a 16 of the Tower. Are you still cleaning up whatever was not for you? Feels like you stay a little too long at some party here, Leo. Blocked energy, not manifesting a new ship to come in, maybe just being stuck at that indecision point, stuck in the middle with you. Maybe if that's a particular person, what spirit wants you to know, yeah, this is about a pattern, the never-ending story. Boy, those messages coming strong for Leo energy. It's not surprising, again, with the sun really pissing you off, squaring your energy. Woo! Leo. Okay, good. Potential outcome energy here. I see you walking away from whatever was not satisfying. That's exactly, this pattern was not satisfying. It could have been a pattern situation being 10 of Cups is someone in our life already. This can be family, this can be friends. It's the people we know and love. Who would you invite to your kid's wedding, right? Who are the people in your neighborhood that are near and dear to you? Let's see what was driving. Why weren't you manifesting before? Because your own energy, your own power card, I see it, I want it, it's mine. Did you not know what you wanted? Look at all that. This is like all major arcana, guys. There's one card here in the environmental energy as the opportunity. That's the only card that's not a major arcana on this side. You got to decide what it is that you wanted. This judgment call came around in the past in order for you to make a different choice here, Leo. That's just not like your energy. Let's see what's driving that devil. Okay. I'll explain some things because my passion got me in trouble before, Ange. Passion's got me in trouble when I just took off like a rocket, because the situation here of the Chariot, remember that if our head and heart are not aligned, Okay. If our energy is not in balance, that wheel of fortune's not going to turn in our favor. It's going to spit us out to make us come back. And the judgment call of that same lesson, the never ending story, comes back around. We weren't in our power here, Leo. And what Spirit wants you to know about this devil, it's like, it's in my loins. Knight of Wands, there in the block, guiding that devil energy, which is just, it can even be fear. Because when I went towards something that I wanted last time, or when I manifested something last time, it gave me something to be scared about. What are you walking away from here in your Leo energy? Sun, moon, rising, or Venus here. You're walking away from an established 10. That makes a lot more sense. This is something in, there's love here. Maybe it moved a little too quickly. This is like 10 years in the environmental energy. This is a long time of this lesson. Okay. This is like a decade of something cycling over and over again. And Leo's like, I'm just waiting on the world to change. I planted the seed here, but this is about what kind of seed are we planting? Because that ship never came in. And if we took off in the car, not knowing where we were heading, not seeing that this was just a pattern, I can see why here. But facing your truth, taking that leadership role, even if you only have a little bit of information, we don't get to know all the information. That's kind of the point of, you got to go based off of your intuition and something that is for the best and highest good. Woo! Maybe dig for that one today there, Leo. Once you walk away from whatever this established 10 of Pentacles is, that you spent at least 10 years building, that was not very fulfilling to your heart for whatever reason, not all the way. That's when the Two of Cups can come in and we restart. We restart from a place of our own balanced energy. Lesson learned of the Hanged Man, enlightenment. There's the Nine of Cups. That's how you do it, Leo. That's how you roll. Whew! I think this wins the cake here for the number of major arcana cards. Do remember that the North Node of Destiny shifts in 7/27, July 27th. That means the South Node of Karma is going to be in the sign of Leo. So wherever that is sitting in your charts, any Virgos, they've been experiencing the South Node of Karma and their Virgo energies since January of 2025. Ask them how their last year and a bit has gone. It's coming up for us next, wherever Leo's sitting in your chart, guys. Okie dokie. We're back into the earth energies now. Leo, we got Virgo. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Appreciate you so much. All right. Virgo energies. Let's see. It's going to get you cheerful. All right, Virgo. Finding poise amongst emotional turbulence is where the South Node is trying to pull us out of emotional turbulence. Coping with and handling the life force, especially in the sexual content. Now, that sounded an awful lot like that Leo reading I just did, right? So, again, that'll be semi-sexting. I'll be semi-sex your Leo energy there. So, Virgo, we're going to take a note from Leo. Okay, and then Leo, once 7/27 hits, take a note for Virgo. Okay. Virgo, what is Virgo? Nope. Said get my oracles first. Okay, fine. Willing participation with unseen forces, Virgo. Trying to see. Oh, Fortuna is in a symbol of, or in a theme of reorientation. Virgo, let me know if you are reorienting any particular spot in your life. Reorientation. Reorienting yourselves. So it feels like something familiar, but seeing it in a new way. I feel like I'm hearing, oh, this isn't like it used to be, or this looks different now, but kind of like if you're visiting your old school campus or something, you're like, oh wow, it's the same but different. That's what that feels like, Virgo. The same but different. Okay. Finding poise. So even if it's the same turbulence, the same, but now you're reacting differently and that shifts the energy. Okay. What does Virgo placements need to know? Sun, moon, rising, and Venus, or simply wherever Virgo is sitting in your chart? Yeah. Seeing it new. Milk and honey. I said it felt good there in the environmental energy. And we have an elephant there about remembering the lesson, perhaps, of what you just been through for the last year and a half. It's a 51, which is a 6 energy of this reading, which is all about the third eye, the lavender flame. And we've got our new life here coming back up. It's a 39 or a 12. Something is about to see, it's the same but different. You're still in the tree of life and the hanged man energy. But when you're ready, and we've had that aha moment, still the same tree. We're just seeing a new way of seeing it. Okay, I'm not done shuffling it yet, apparently. Right, with no volunteers, we'll go on 3, 2, 1. Got boundaries now here in this new life energy, Virgo. Okay. Oh, that was a funny flip. So milk and honey was sitting like this. I don't know if you just saw that. And it went bloop. And then underneath that, we got the time to go. There's the new portal of energy. Are you like, please get me to July 27th and get that south node the hell out of my spine? Okay, new life. Moving on to calmer waters, Virgo. Here for it. Lots of lavender flowers there as well. Here's your energy, Knight of Pentacles for this situation. It's been a long road. Again, a little toe up from the flow up. You got a Sith here. You're like cutting through to this new life. There's your springboard. Opportunity, 3 of Pentacles. Cappy coming in to help you out towards this milk and honey. What's driving your 6 of Swords? Feeling like ish. Finding the key toward what this new life is and just surrendering. It feels kind of a little bit like F it. But then you're seeing, I said visiting a campus. It looks a little bit like a old school college with stained glass. Seeing it through new eyes, seeing that where spirit's been trying to pull you towards that north node all along is up and out of whatever situation made you feel like shit. This is for all of us because we've all got the south node of karma in our chart in Virgo. New life. You're finally following spirit's guidance. I feel like you're tired of feeling like shit, Virgo. Situation. What's driving that? I went all about that card flipping, the hanged man energy of the 39, the 12. You are finally trudging through this here. You're finally ready to cut yourself out of the tree This is your moment. Your moment's coming here. And what's driving that Three of Pentacles? Temperance energy. We are ready now to, those lotus flowers are unfolding. We've used patience. This doesn't happen often. I think it's only happened once before, where these two cards that feature the Fabergé egg with the cracked mirror in the back, you're now in front of it. The opportunity here is to get in front of this old pain. You're no longer being stuck in the egg. You found the key here to something, Virgo. What you find the key to? What happened in the past? Yeah, some kind of Bobby Boucher bullshit. So Five of Swords is my F around and find out card. This is backstabbing energy of why we would need pulled to calmer waters. Noticing the lantern there in the front of her boat, which normally your power card of Hermit carries. Okay. Let's see what the heart of the reading is. Yeah, the pattern. I love her face on this card. Freaking try me. I don't think you're going here again. It's taken too much for you to get here, Virgo. Whatever's like had you stuck or had you on hold, had you all up in like a shattered or fetal position. We're over this. Good. Near future. Wow, that's more the spirit. You're over it. King of Wands. There is a snake of transformation there. You're finding your strength again. You're remembering who you are, Virgo. I like that. Now, in the recent past, what kind of fuckery was this with that Amy Winehouse lookalike there? Why you move into a new life was because of a lover situation, very, very karmic, the merry-go-round. Because remember I said, handling the life force and coping with that foolishness, that backstabbing, especially in sexual context there, finding poise amongst turbulence. And the first card out is moving to calmer waters. Okay, so where was the Five of Swords happening? Where nobody won. And look at his nails here. This is kind of a, Lovers is supposed to be a wonderful card. And this was more of a vampire type. His nails are long. Yeah, and it looks like this was very, Five of Swords is gaslighting, manipulative. You don't really feel what you're feeling. You don't know what you know. It's very, yes, devil energy is the sister card to the Lovers, but yeah. What are you not repeating here at the heart of the reading where you continue to make the same choice and break your own heart? She's holding the knife and the bluebird of happiness that she herself, by continuing to remain in this pain here. This energy did you in, Virgo. Near future, King of Wands. I see it. I want it. It's mine. And if it is going to make me cry, Four of Cups, or it's some of the same bullshit that I had before, I don't want it. No more vampires. No more energy sucking me dry. Block, Knight of Wands. Oh, yeah, they were hot and heavy. Spirit wants you to know, Six of Pentacles. It was all on their side. Everything was about them. And opportunity here. It's about time that we heal from this. And not only that, we've got the 44 again. And the opportunity being temperance, not just tempering that pain into wisdom, but actually putting action towards the knowledge, because we know how that old story ends. The Knight of Wands, well, the block was your happiness, but maybe they only rushed in for a good time, not a long time. They were a good sweet talker. That's what it looks like here, but it always left you in tears. Only you would know what that was. Whatever was completely all about them. Very, that is an out of balance person. Okay. Sun being the block, what Spirit wants you to know, this is a big old lesson. What I say about shattered self-esteem, this is a big old lesson about self-love, Ace of Cups. And I don't feel like here at the heart of the reading, it's a 9 of Wands that you're going to repeat again. You're simply exhausted. I feel like that's why you're just surrendering at this point. You're like, I've tried to look at it 10 ways. What is that saying? 10 ways and Sundays, something like that. What's the potential outcome? Okay, so potential outcome, the environmental energy is trying to say healing is here for you, Four of Swords. Near future, Four of Cups. If we don't temper this into wisdom, we're going to get that cycling back around again. And there's a potential here, Seven of Swords, to not use your voice. That's a full moon energy. And she's going, but I don't want, please don't let that full moon show anybody where I'm walking away from. Kind of like I think I've gotten that once before, a little bit of a walk of shame energy. A lot of wands. So very fiery. We got Leo, Sag energy there with the block. You're coming in as 9, more Sag energy. You don't have to repeat this pattern, but Virgo, 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups. Our potential is to heal this. It's going to get you stuck again. That 7 of Cups she's buried in the earth here. She can't move. So if we try to walk away from that 4 of Swords of healing, or we say we don't have time to book a counselor, we don't have the resources. Okay, there are online platforms. There is information you can research. You just have to find it. There are plenty of free resources here. Check out the rates for betterhealth.com, for example. Yeah, honey, potential outcome, if we walk away from this full moon energy, this opportunity at the blue moon to really let this go once and for all, my fear is that we're on repeat and repeat here. The trick is to pour into you, because this person's certainly not. They're only taking. They're only taking. Four of Swords, heart of the reading, potential outcome, 4 of Swords, death and rebirth, a 13, so another 4. There's your Wheel of Fortune. Only when you stop going, I'm confused, 7 of Cups, I don't know what to choose, emotional fragmentation. If you are unsure or embarrassed about kind of starting up with this same cycle again, this is the time to stop it. This is squeeze. Lots of 4s, lots of 7s here. We got 14 twice. Yeah, springboard here. It's the biggest opportunity we can kind of hope for, is that you spring into your own Ace of Cups. You know who this 5 of Swords is. There's no doubt in my mind here. You've encountered this many times. It's just, you're like, have I got the energy? I mean, she has a cut on her face. It's a Knight of Pentacles. It's your court card, and you're holding a Sith. Are you going to cut yourself down here this time and see the enlightenment of it? Or are we going to keep assuming we're stuck? Again, I'm not picking on Virgos. This is all of us, whatever, wherever this is sitting in your chart. We are at 6 Virgo, so we're getting down to the wire. And the closer we get to July 27th, what I'm seeing here is the people that have been resistant to get in the boat and move on. It's getting more and more difficult. They're like the towers are getting more intense. The pattern is adding. So not only are you repeating the same pattern to get the same result, because they're still selfish, you're still crying. the universe is going to keep lopping on things on top of that to make it worse and worse and worse until the fear of staying in that is worse than the fear of leaving it behind. It don't make you feel good, but you got milk and honey waiting, baby. It is time to go. You don't want this to get any worse than it has gotten. Okay. You just need to have that imagination of what feelings do I want to feel? Okay. And be in the feeling of already having it, which starts with self-love. And surely continuing to give to a vampire here that has only ever demonstrated they could take from you. That's not a message for everyone. It doesn't have to be relationships. It could be continuously giving money to somebody who never paid us back. It can be not leaving the job because we're, afraid we won't get the same kind of income at the new one, wherever that's sitting in your chart, wherever that south node of karma is trying to yank you out of. It's only going to get stronger there. All right. Virgo sun. There's Jude. Trying to say F it. Good. I love it. Do that, Jude. That's kind of what you have to do, especially we gotta show that we're willing to jump into that next portal of energy. Okay, we can't just wait around for it. Kind of take that lesson from Leo, waiting on the world to change. You got to change it. All right, because that King of Wands looks like they're coming back around. So I know they did sexy. If that's a person for you, it's somebody that's hard to resist, or else it wouldn't be hard to resist, right? Can also just be an unhealthy attachment is what we're trying to heal with that Ace of Cups. Well, milk and honey again. So they wanted to reiterate the other side of that lover's energy, okay, is only starts with our own happiness, our own balance of yin and yang. Okay. All right. Next up, we got Libra energy. Libra energies. Let's go. No place like home here. That's been coming out a few times. Path of freedom. Where to next for Libra? Magnetized opportunities. Where's the North Node trying to pull us? Where to next for Libra? What do they need to know in the Libra portions of our chart? We do have Prosperina, which is in the symbol of reflection. It's in Libra in retrograde. That's women who work as the go-betweens or to compromise. Oh, no shit. A canoe approaching safety through dangerous waters. Okay. See, Virgo, that canoe's trying to pull you, trying to get you there. Cupid's in Libra as well, which can be about short-term passion, maybe some kind of mad longing. That's in retrograde. And we have the wise women, the school of life kind of women at the asteroid Minerva, also in Libra. Okay. Where's Libra going next? Thank you, Spirit. All right, Libra, all that glitters. And we've got some more mask energy here. And this is a 16 card. So remember to get the glitter to get to the gold. Not everything that glitters is gold. Understand that with that tower number. Sister energy being the 7 of the Chariot. Make sure you know where you're going, and getting some kind of a party, fancy dress party. Your Europeans, that means like Halloween party, costume party. Call it a fancy dress, but it might actually be maybe Libra's going to the American kind of fancy dress party. You got Imagine here coming out on top of Time to Go this time. So there's a new beginning there with that crescent moon waxing. And there's a hermit energy holding on to that moon like it's a balloon. And I'm seeing the steps of the hermit here. So Libra, take a note. Take a note from Virgo there. Okay, let's see what's happening. Seems to be a little bit more of enticement to pull you a different direction, Libra. All right, especially with a couple of those asteroids there in retrograde. Libra. Kath, that would be what I say. Take a note from Virgo. There you go. And today is the third eye, sixth chakra, right? The violet flame. We'll keep that out there for you. She's holding onto a lavender candle. Her dress, it has lavender in it. And the hermit energy, that was bottom with the page of swords, observing the past. The hermit gets on that ninth step and holds that lantern out to see what has happened in their life thus far. There is your power card on the bottom, Libra, with also more balance of the two of Spades coming in last shuffle. All right, Libra. 3, 2, and 1. La 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 Libra. Let's go. What's up for you? So definitely taking a note from Virgo's reading. What you coming in here as, Libra? It's is also about the 10 of Cups. Okay, so I'm looking at again, this that was Leo's position, had the same exact situation of a 10 of Cups in the same place. There she is, Judy. Opportunity, Page of Wands, but there is a record player here, and not what are those little butter yellow? Not daffodils. Marigolds. Something about marigolds. Okay. King of Wands in the past. The heart of the reading, Libra, nostalgia. It could be nostalgia for a type of sisterhood. Okay, this could be to do with family matters. We shall see, but we do have a King of Wands in the past here. So the Empress energy in the near future. It's Brittany Itch card because she is in a bodysuit that's like has all the Venus energy. She has all the flowers kind of growing up her body. And that was she did that in a video before where she was like, they look naked, but they're not. The sky, the universe is opening up here. You're stepping into your Empress energy. It feels like you've seen what you've been through here. You're looking at, like, I used to just see all that glitters, right? I see it. I want it. It's mine. And it now feels like I am just realizing all I have to do is let things come to me by vibrating at the right frequency. Tower there in the past of a block. Spirit wants you to know, 9 of Swords, you hold the key to the 10 of Cups. And outcome energy, Ace of Pentacles. There's a key here because the 9 of Swords, they're carrying a burden across their lap of what they've been focusing on. But when they raise their face, they see that is actually a map on the wall that they haven't been focusing on. So the map out of something here, where in our Libra part of our chart, okay, have we stayed a little too long, or maybe there's some extra information here, more information to be found. When we analyze a tower of the past, when was a time when we were going for something glittery and sparkly, but it didn't end up being the gold. What did that teach us? Okay, so with the King of Wands in the past, like I see it, I want it, it's mine. And the block being the Tower energy, maybe holding on to something that was not stable, but just because of what it looked like, or because simply because I wanted it. I wanted to. And now the pentacles grow out of the ground, they fall from the sky when we take the opportunity to be in tune, the record player there, and vibrate on a higher frequency and draw it towards us. We don't have to be that masculine constantly building. The feminine energy of surrender is enjoying the ride. Have you spent all your life building here, Libra, and it's time for you to finally enjoy? Yeah, I just got a yes there with that Queen of Swords and 8 of Wands. So in this deck, see the transformative butterfly there? In this deck, the 8 of Wands is pulling her towards spiritual energy. There's an easier way to do this, Libra. And again, that ivy wrapped all around her by you being okay. I'm going to be open to this new way of doing things. I'm going to be open to fun, excitement, just listening to music to get me in go mode. All right. Libra, your Hierophant here, lesson learned of this Hermit. You haven't been wasting any time. There's a transformation here regarding some 10 of Cups. That's my happy family card. There's a transformation here as far as the way we used to see our childhood, or the reason why it was so difficult. Okay. The reason that we grew up in an unstable foundation was so that we could learn how to rise above and still be this Empress energy, was to teach us discernment here. Okay. Driving the Page of Wands, what I say, childhood. So that's the 5 of Pentacles. Why was it so hard? Why was childhood so hard here? There's the 5 ribbons. I remember doing a reading and saying when that sign could be getting a sign of an actual blue ribbon. This might be it. Driving that King of Pentacles was always work, 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 work in the past. Like, you're great at doing that here, Libra. And then we've got boundaries over this nostalgia now. We see the masks of the past. Now, this could be simply boundaries around a person from our past, where she's focusing on those masks, though. She's looking down. How have I put too much effort into chasing the glitter and didn't recognize the gold for what it was? I didn't see the gold. Okay, I might have had to transform this 10 of Cups here requires us to put the work in of looking at our own patterns and putting up those boundaries. Okay, maybe we didn't do that in the past, and now we're not letting those thoughts kind of keep us down. The Empress is being driven by the Page of Swords. That's someone seeing you as sparkly, or again, the Empress, she just observes. She just calls in the energy. She doesn't have to put in the physical body work of manifesting or getting what she wants. She doesn't chase. I feel like Libra, and you were learning that in the past, you exhausted yourself chasing after. There's like, I want those things, I want that thing. It's kind of like I grew up poor. It's hard, but we didn't know we were until I got to 6th grade. Like, I never figured it out until a mean girl was like, those are boys' jeans. Why are you wearing? I think they were Tough Skins or something embarrassing like that, like hideously awful. And I only had 2 pair. I had a pair of hand-me-downs. I don't know why I'm telling you this. I had my glittery pair of hand-me-down Jordache with the horse on the butt. Loved them. But then I only had 2 pairs, so I had to alternate jeans, right? And I had to go to the middle school as a 6th grader. And it was the middle schoolers that were like looking down on me. We were getting fitted for cheer uniforms. You know, those are gross, right? Like, and literally just stood there laughing. And I was all like, just my happy self, happy to be there, excited to be there. And I had no idea. Like, I didn't really ever think about it until then, right? I don't know why I'm telling you that for a reason, but here you are, Libra, in the outcome energy. They'll get theirs. Karmic justice. Like always putting out the fires or like working way too hard. Working way too hard. Who got the Ace of Wands? Now we got the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the outcome energy with the 11. So in essence, an 11-11, something is balancing out for you, Libra. When you stop, when you just need to discern, okay, Venus energy, that's the Empress. You're coming in strong here, Libra. When you surrender to, I don't have to like do things with force. That's when this comes in. There's the healing of the star. And then there's the Page of Pentacles. This is big time healing. This is Chiron the healer in this star card in this deck. Healing our truth, healing old hurts, healing why things were so tumultuous. Well, you would have never had the grit. You would have never had the grit. You would have never had the toughness. And then look what's coming in after that Page of Pentacles. The Emperor to match your Empress energy that's full of love and is loyal. You are super close to something big here, Libra. Getting the feeling what it is and leave that old. You're not that. Not the kid in the tough skins anymore. Okay. Ooh. I just don't think you're seeing yourself for who you are or how far you've come. I'll say that. But you're coming in as the hermit. Yeah. You come a long way, baby. Woo-wee! You come a long way. I gotta keep reminding myself it is Saturday afternoon. I should probably not say Vagina slimes. That's what we used to call those cigarettes. They're really called Virginia slimes. Called them something else. Wasn't that the brand that had the teeny tiny, I don't know what were they called, 100s? Yeah, I know, gross. I used to smoke back in the day. I was a teenager too. Okay. Ah, man, Libra. I haven't had a reading that made me tear up in a while. Winner, chicken dinner. I hope you see, as soon as you see yourself for the Empress that you are, here comes the Emperor with a lot of love in their heart and loyalty. Boy, that was nice, Libra. Didn't come easy though, babes. You, however, have come a long way. So, all right, guys. After Libra, we get to Scorpio. Are you ready? Okay, let me just check in and say hi. Thank you guys for hanging around today. What did I say? We were doing Scorpio water. Okay, let's get you shuffled here, Scorpio. Let's get you shuffled. Now, that water energy of the North Node of Destiny in Pisces would be trining with your any of your Scorpio placements around 6 degrees. Okay, and that is where we want to, in Pisces anyway, at Pisces 6, that's about tolerating something until it becomes intolerable. All right. And then the South Node trying to pull us away from any merry-go-rounds of emotional turbulence, especially in the sexual context. Okay. We've also got Jupiter helping out your energy, Scorpio, with the luck energy there of expansion, trying to expand with the sun tomorrow. That's going to be hitting at 21 Cancer in your chart. So look at your 21 Pisces and 21 Scorpio placements to see where that luck might be happening. All right. Scorpio in the house. Miss Peg, Scorpio too. I'm surrounded by Scorpio. My whole life I have been. I tracked them like bees to honey. Is it bees? It might be flies, but I like bees. I like bees more. All right, 2 of Cups there on the bottom, and we've got the Empress and an inevitable judgment call recycling back around. That's your power card, Scorpio. Could be a person or a lesson, especially past life judgment energy includes past life soulmates. Okay. Saw the 8 of Cups, speaking of Pisces, walking, letting a sleeping giant lie. Okay. All right. Let's get your context out here. Opened on that split. More water. Ooh, thank you, Spirit. To the sea in the paper boat without a motor. Except I just heard motorboat. Who's the girl with the blonde curly hair? It's a country song. Motorboat, not the kind of motorboating you're thinking. Not for a Saturday afternoon, maybe for a Thursday night. Motorboat. Is that the floating? I know there's more people in the band, but I can only see the chick with the bright blonde, super curly hair. Okay. Whatever that's for. Okay. Community, the 8 energy here. Okay, balancing that inner yin and yang here, Scorpio. And there is a green parakeet on top of luggage. Green heart chakra there. And then we have the giraffes, which are like a Queen of Swords energy. It's about seeing something from a higher perspective. And then we have the nurturing energy of the mama giraffe to the baby giraffe. Okay, something could be coming back around for you here. Well, there's the judgment energy again. So clearly, yeah. Okay, clearly that wanted to be seen. I'll call these out here for you. Okay, you're coming in, Scorpio, as the Wheel of Fortune energy here. So divine timing could be now regarding a situation that we're only seeing here. The 3 of Cups, there's that Cancerian energy I spoke about of trining with your chart, which is going to be a prima donna singing is the symbol. And that is about learning the cost of things. So an opera singer, right? She's like has learned to use her voice as an instrument, but what has she had to give up in order to attain that fame, that fortune? A lot of time, money, energy, time away from family, loved ones, right? It's all about understanding that there's a cost to things, okay, especially of something big that we want to achieve. The opportunity here is 9 of Swords. So I want to see more on what's driving that energy, because this is the nightmare siren. And the situation here is like, if you can see his face, or you can Google 4 of Cups, from the Mermaid Tarot. He's like boozing it up, but he doesn't see. He's only focusing on what he's lost or what he might lose and not the cup that's trying to come at him. And that's what's got him all up in his head here. Even at nighttime, it's like, "Urgh." In the recent past, Three of Cups, more Cancerian energy, reunion energy. The heart of the reading is about Five of Pentacles. You don't have to go down the whiskey lullaby trail with the person just because that was their choice. And I say that maybe that's why the country song came in, because we've got that, the Weeping Willow. And that I can see the guy that sings that. I can see is it Alison Krauss and what's his nuts? Dark hair. I can see his face. I just can't think of his name off the top of my head, but it's the Willow song. Near future energy here. I think Cancerian got that. That would be focusing on your truth, or else the wave of emotions about whatever this is that is disappointing here will swallow you under. It's just going to keep, it's going to keep banging against the shore. The nightmare siren's job is to keep you awake, keep you alert to something. In the heart of the reading, are we focusing on what we might lose instead of everything here that could be gained? 2 times in a row here. Now, what's on the block, what's blocked, are Ace of Cups. In this deck, the very first time I pulled this, it was, does this cup make my butt look big? So in this deck, there are living, breathing entities inside that cup. And what happens when they outgrow their vessel is they simply get up and go into the next vessel, like little crabs, right? They outgrow their shell. They don't sit around until they're like bulging out of it like a busted can of biscuits, right? They get up and go where they're done growing, because it doesn't fit anymore. So there's a cup here we're bulging out of. We've outgrown. And what Spirit wants you to know is your own power card here. In this deck, this is about the oil spills, so it does tie to the carelessness of a 3D energy, carelessness of humans. And by focusing, you need to focus on what the truth is, not what your loss is. We're going to stay here in that Nine of Swords. And I didn't even see this sitting there. Potential outcome is deeply buried Ace of Swords here, bookending the other ace. So you got your Ace of Cups wonky-do, the truth about what love cup we've outgrown. And that's the situation here. We can't see what else is coming in because we're focused on what we might lose. You got building blocks here in the environmental energy. That's a 28, also a 10. Okay. One step at a time, but she's on the top step here. So kind of a goddessy looking figure as well. You can see, but see how that figure there is covering it. He doesn't want to see what awaits. And it kind of feels like Spirit's like, come on, here's the chance. Don't be careless with the energy, because it's going to have to cycle back around to take advantage of it again. What is this truth here? King of Truth, Pluto is in, like I said, King of Swords has been showing up a lot, not just in mind readings, a lot of readings. That's the transformation energy, death and rebirth. Okay, and the truth of what needs to successfully conclude. I don't know that we can fight that, or that we should fight that energy. You're showing me you're focusing on your truth here in the near future. Maybe you just haven't been ready yet. It's okay. We've all been there. driving that wheel of fate is this judgment call, and driving the Four of Cups is healing. The star, the long-held dream from a long ago with that nautilus shape there. What's your nightmare? Ace of Wands of passion. The spark. We're not sleeping because of a spark. There's a lot of roots of an old tree there. Rooted healing, major ace. You've got 3 out of the 4 aces here. Let's see if we get the Ace of Pentacles. Recent past, this reunion energy. It was a seed planted long ago with that 7 of Pentacles. She's very pregnant there. So this baby's getting birthed here. Whatever's underneath the iceberg where the light's shining in. Heart of the reading, 3 of Pentacles, a springboard to the new. The 3 of Pentacles is driving whatever we don't want to see. We don't want to springboard into something new. Could be a new collaboration. Near future, 8 of Swords, and amongst that 8 of Swords, like if we don't stay focused, we're going to stay stuck here. I don't think you want to be. Nobody can get us out of this. This is where Venus is here. That's a Gemini energy. 8 of Swords plus this 1 sword. You have a chance to end the nightmare here. It depends on whether you're willing to use your king and unbury that truth here and end the cycle. Because like anything, it'll just cycle back around. So what is blocking or turning over the Ace of Cups? 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands in the shadow element is all of them fighting over who has the top wand. They're attempting to build a star. In this deck, they're on the same team. But for the block position, we look at shadow. Not pouring into our own best and highest good. We've outgrown a cup, and we attempted to build a star there, and the situation is being driven by the power card of the star, and the star is trying to come in here. That's opposite on this camera right here, but we're focusing on this sorrow. That's a choice. I get it. What Spirit wants you to know, there's a new cup on offer. You got to pay attention. He's being distracted. What are you being distracted by here? The unfairness of something, or are we helping clean up this human carelessness? Page of Cups, driving transformation, trying to drive in the reality here. And the Page of Cups energy, it's still water, but we're not being focused on an ending. We're not being focused on the cleanup. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. 5 of Change. We don't want, whatever it is, it's going to be different for everybody, wherever it sits in your chart, whatever it is that we don't want to see. Okay. We're keeping the Spirit's like, you're distracted. And then the potential outcome, High Priestess, the truth of the secret being revealed at the light of the full moon, could be the blue moon at the end of the month. That is ending this pattern. What's driving the king of, what's driving the king of truth? What needs to come down? What don't we want to see? What are we allowing to distract us away from our dream? We got to choose to step on that new springboard of the 3 of Pentacles, the new collaboration. And the World card, what completely ends the cycle? Cancer had that as the opportunity. There's a wave of truth coming in to balance out whatever's been weighing heavily of the past here, whatever we've outgrown. Those scrolls are getting ready to be righted here. So you got to stay focused on this truth here, because it is going to be heavy. but it's actually the match that sparks this new beginning. Okay. Woo, Scorpio. That felt a bit heavy. Again, we've got Scorpio in our cart, and we've got it in our cart. We've got it in our chart somewhere. I know you don't want to, but also like allowing ourselves to be distressed. Like those animals are. There's nothing to be done with this in this deck. They're not transforming back to a living animal is what I'm trying to say. Okay. What do we need to let go? It is the house of secrets, 8th house there. And it is about going deeper. Whatever it is that we're uncovering here brings balance into your life. I feel like you know what it is, but that is none of my business. The truth of whatever needs to, whatever has a faulty foundation and was going to come down anyway, because it was set up purposely for you like that, so that you could step into this new cycle of divine timing here. You got all the people around to help you there with that 8. Something's out of balance there, but your building blocks, I'm not too worried about you. It just feels like it's difficult. That's all. Yep. 5 of Swords on the bottom, and then the Queen of Cups. It's like everybody's having fun until somebody gets hurt in this deck. Kids are playing with knives. We shouldn't play with knives. Scorpio, we shouldn't play with knives. Except the one that's the sword of truth. That one we can play with. We need to wield it. Little Big Town. Is that what, or is it Lady Antebellum? Is it, what is it? Is it on a pontoon? Is that the one that says motorboating? It might be. Yes, Spirit says that was right. Woo, Scorpio. Oh, all right. All my damn life. My grandma just got ish done. She just kept going. You can't keep a Scorpio down for long. That's for sure. That I know for sure. All right. That's where we carry a lot of strength in our chart. It's okay, Sag. Sag is in the house. Where's Kaylee's fire? Sag in the house. Now you could have your sun, moon, rising, or Venus here in Sagittarius. Cat, that'd be our 5th house. And Monica, I know your Venus is in Sag. If you're a Sag rising, that mutable energy will be square. The nodes will be squaring you. So, ugh. That's our 5th house would be creativity, romance, and pleasure. So since January of last year, if something's been slowing your roll, it'll be the nodes of destiny and fate and karma. slowing your roll here, Sagittarius and Gemini for that matter. Okay. Gemini's at least getting a boost from the Venus energy. Oh, okay. Saggy, where are you going next? Saggy, where to next? That was pretty fast. Speaking of regeneration, that is a 46 energy, another 10. So again, pay attention to what Scorpio's lesson just was, or what their energy just was. That could be coming your way. Okay, for you to learn from, so that you don't have to go through it. And this is all about starting anew. There's like molten lava. This is like starting from scratch. This is like spring energy, the first buds that are regrowing out. This is like after a tower feeling. And we've got time for a nap. There's Fox energy there for me as Empress. This has been coming up an awful lot. A 5 of change supported by the 0 of spirit. No place like home. coming back to your own heart's home here, Sag. I feel like it's taken a lot to get you here, and now it's a time of rest. It's like, okay, this new beginnings already set in motion. You did what you were supposed to do. You got your ducks in a row, Sag. You got your ducks in a row. Now, Black Moon Lilith is still at symbol 16 as well. So, and that's about developing our mastering of alertness. Okay. So with taking a nap, I feel like you all the hard work of this, of whatever this change was that had to grow anew. Okay, there's the tower. I just said 16 degrees. Yeah, whatever, starting anew now. And then there's your power card of temperance. Yeah, this has been a lot of work, Sag, is the feeling here. Empress needs a nap. Time for a nap. 24, of course, is a 6 of the Lover's energy. Today's third eye, lavender. And look at that. Time for a nap. You laying on the lavender and laying on your knowing. You've already put this hard work in, Sag, or else I wouldn't be seeing new growth here. So I don't know if you're moving homes or you just are feeling like you again because you've alchemized this and now you're starting something from the ground up and you're already seeing the new buds of the growth there. So wherever Scorpio just was, take a note here that you're going someplace good, okay? Because Sag is right ahead of you. All right, Sag, we're ready. Okay, Leo got this as well for their first card. It flew out, the seed you've already planted. I love tarot. Okay, situation, already moving into calmer waters. Opportunity, life's about to pick up some speed here fast. Now be Gemini energy. That would be on the other side of your axis of your Sag energy. Okay, let's go. Let's see what's driving you. Boy, oh boy, what I just say, coming right from Scorpio. This is regeneration. You've already made the judgment call here, Sagittarius, and you're celebrating that fact. Reunion energy. You might travel or get to where you're going by October. Well, this is why, Scorpio, you need to keep this in mind because your power planet is going to be in retrograde through October 15th. So that could be the amount of time it takes to transition towards that new life, new home. And the opportunity here that's coming at you fast is money, honey. I like that. The grapes, the whatever you've planted here is coming to fruition. I feel like it's going to come faster than you think. Okay, it's going to come faster than you think. Empress guiding the energy here, heart of the reading, 8 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles in the near future. Wow. Because it goes 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Empress. You're kind of doing things in reverse mode here a little bit, Saggy. Okay. Healing our Empress energy, healing our Venus here in the past. The heart of the reading is the King of Pentacles. This feels like, yeah, now energy here. You're already moving. You're already have movement here. Okay. And the opportunity being an equal energy coming towards you. Okay. Near future, 10 of Swords. You might not be single for long. Maybe you're like, damn, I literally just got single. And Spirit's like, nope. 10 of Swords. Put the kibosh on that idea. Especially with Empress here, or excuse me, Queen of Pentacles being the opportunity coming at you fast. I hope we're not, an old situation isn't regressing back towards you, maybe. Eight of Swords as the block. What Spirit wants you to know, you're already moved. You've already transformed into the butterfly. I wouldn't let it suck you back in here. Yeah, I would not let it suck you back in. So, okay, so we have the moon, what you don't know in the block, fear of being stuck in my head, or fear kind of getting in the way of forward movement. What Spirit wants you to know, we've got temperance energy fueling the death. You've already done this work. You've already tempered the pain. Like it's time for you to fly, Saggy. Time to go. Driving the tower is the Page of Wands. Time back to that Egyptian energy there with the pyramids. Can you guys hear me okay? All right. Making sure my mic is working. Near future. Is this someone coming toward you in a similar situation that has also gotten freed up? I don't know if you're a feminine Saggy moving towards a masculine Saggy, or you're just in your pre-emperor energy with here. I need more on this tower. 7 cups of confusion and Queen of Wands, confidence. Driving the 7 of Cups. So should I or should I not continue to carry this? Carrying confusion is a choice. Okay, that's what that feels like. Is there a child or a kid throwing a wrench in your works here? Okay, but still, what's driving the Queen of Wands is 9 cups of wish fulfillment. Lots of singular energy. Are you somebody's wish fulfillment here? Or is this somebody with a child that is also maybe confused? They think, oh, everything's a mess right now. They think you're not going to pick them. That's what that is. It's kind of self-defeating. It's the person that thinks you're not there. They've already kind of are counting themselves out here. It doesn't make any, I don't see why. Their energy is lovely. Okay, Sagittarius here, a tower of there's a big connection to Scorpio here with that 5 of Cups and Mars and the Death card. Okay, anybody that in the future confuses you here, Sagittarius, we gotta remember our Queen of Swords. She's already got the butterfly. You've already learned this lesson. Yeah. It's something that you've already completed. You're here, you're feeling good with that Queen of Wands. Could be just the end of regret. You're pivoting to face the 2 of Cups and move forward, especially with Temperance here guiding this transformation. Person has a decision, maybe about a child. There's a burden they have to put down something in order to leap towards you, and then you are their wish fulfillment here. It's like this person maybe is trying to get single so that they can. This feels like a this and them to me, guys. This feels like them and you here, wherever Sagittarius is sitting. Sagittarius is in your 7th house, so 1-to-1 commitments. Get ready. Or your Venus. I just don't feel like they have a lot of confidence here. There's a lot of fear. And then I think I need you to keep moving, Sag, because you don't want to stall the energy here. And simply by waiting and like being frozen in place, you unsticking and getting out of the tree and keeping the energy moving, that's going to help them get this moving. All right. I'm not worried about yours. You already know where you're going. This energy's coming in hot. They're coming in big, but for whatever reason, they feel like starting over with them would be a burden on you. Okay. Focus on your regeneration here because you're doing a great job, Sag. Your confidence is coming through. You're not shy about anything that needs to end. You're like, it's okay. I already went through all the hard bits, and now I just have to use these new wings to learn how to fly. Okay. All right, there. I think you need to chillax on your empressness, or if this is a person in your environmental energy that's getting ready to change homes, they're inspired by what you have done. Kidok. Okay. Woo! Capricorn energies come through. Up next. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that one's a little big challenge. I think it's on a pond. And there's all different kinds of motorboating. Forget on how we went. Oh, was that to the sea, the paper boat without a motor? If you guys get something about pontoons or some kind of sign or signal, I will crack up. Maybe you have one. Maybe you're wanting to purchase one. I don't know. All right, Capricorn, where to next? Where to next? We got magnetized opportunities. I just saw the serendipity card. Magnetized opportunities. Path of freedom. Where are you going, Capricorn? Where are you going? Okay. Now, community was coming down in my lap, and we've got 5 of change here, Capricorn. Orphaned, maybe an old situation is finally come to its fruition or its change or inevitable ending. Maybe you understand now that it was a higher power. There was something else better for you, already waiting for you. Yeah, you got fork in the road here. Number 13 of change. And then you got your karmic justice here with the 38 to be fair. Got a fortune cookie on one side and a pearl of wisdom on the other. Higher power. So right now, Capricorn, if you feel like you're a little bit down or like you didn't fit in with a community or whatever, understand she has a key. I don't think we pulled this higher power card from this deck during a reading here. She's got a key, her third eye, right? This was a necessary change or necessary lesson to help your soul's evolvement. Okay, this fork in the road, this change here, it's like, which way should I go? There's a monkey there hanging around. There's a monkey and a reindeer. A monkey, a reindeer, and an owl went to a bar. That's all there. Those are all the characters there on that card. And there's 3 different signs. So 2 signs point to the past, and there's 1 sign pointing to the future. The past points to this orphaned energy and that it happened for a reason. 5 and a 4 is a 9 or an ending. 13 transformation pointing to the future is balance and karmic justice, to be fair. So whatever you've endured, what's justice? Now that came out flying out on the top of the pops there for the first couple readings, Capricorn. So to be fair, this energy staying loyal to moving toward the future and not back to the past will behoove you here. And not only that, bring in a loyal heart. Okay, let's see where we go here. I'm sorry if your heart's hurting here, Capricorn. It was definitely for the best and highest good of all the people involved, even though I know at those times it doesn't feel that way. This might simply be where we've experienced a loss in the Capricorn portion of our chart, or where we felt like we've gone it alone. All right. There is the Wheel of Fortune card with the red thread of destiny there. I'm going to show itself to me. Let's get a couple more shuffles here for Capricorn. Where to next here, Capricorn? Where to next? 3 and 2 and 1. Capricorn. 8 of Pentacles on the bottom there, not surprised. Tend to be the workhorses. There's your discernment on the bottom. That justice energy coming through could be here by Libra time for you when this loyal heart. Not only that, this is a soulmate. Could be an unfinished symphony there that came through. I forget who that 88 showed up for, the unfinished symphony. Could be a tie to a person of the past. All right, Capricorn, you are coming in as 7 of Wands. You've learned to erect boundaries here. You've had, yeah, I said you had to have a lot of strength to get through whatever this is. We have that symbol 8 coming back around again. We can put up boundaries to keep people out just as well as take them down. Takes just as much strength to let the right people in. Opportunity for a Knight of Wands, some passionate energy here, or for you to go after something quickly once you feel like you're back in balance. Your Queen of Truth, about putting up your boundaries. You've had to have a lot of strength to push somebody away. Seemed like they were very, who else had that? Very tempting. It was the deck, it was an air deck where they had the devil in the past. I think that might have been Virgo. That would make sense. It's trining your energy. We've got Angel of the Night helping you to balance out your energy. Now, in the opportunity, we've got a chance to manifest something different. She's still holding on to the skull. So whatever orphaned you here, she's got that in one hand, and she's got her staff in the other hand that has a snake of transformation, knowledge, wisdom gained from whatever that skull of the past was regarding maybe fast passion. Maybe they just come in for good time and don't end up staying, or maybe you didn't want them to. Maybe it's someone in the past you're like, I wouldn't kick them out of bed for eating crackers in bed. But now I think you would. All right. Recent past, Page of Pentacles. You opened up Pandora's box. Here was something. It feels like you knew better. I don't know why I'm saying that. Let's see. Yeah. In this deck, she's looking at all of the skulls. So the whole heart of the reading, Capricorn, is seeing how you're the common denominator, because she's collected all of the sailors. She's a siren, right? Doesn't have any problem attracting people, but then the fun or the heat of that, we also go, oh shit, I just opened up a can of whoop ass on myself. Damn it, self. And in the near future, good progression from the Page of Cups to the Nine of Cups. You're changing how you vibrate out. You are changing your vibrational frequency here. Very nice. What was driving that Page of Pentacles in the past? Yep, nailed it. 6 of Cups. This was a past energy that was hard to resist. And you just needed the lesson again. It's everybody, a lot of people do. I don't think I have a single client that ever learned the first time around. That's just not how that works. 10 of Cups at the heart of the reading. This is how love falls from the sky, right? When you find your thing, when you're not pointing at the people around you as it being their fault, and you're going, oh, I see my common denominator. Here comes the 10 of Cups. Then the money falls from the sky because you're focusing on love. Okay. And near future energy, it's a choice. We're all dressed up and ready for the ball. We're ready to give love. Your heart's open. You're changing your vibrational frequency. Okay, but if this person comes around again when that blue moon comes by the end of the month, are they an old skull? Are they part of the pattern of the past? Or are you going to go up the steps into the ball? Tower here in the block. Why am I pulling? That goes on still in the block. Tower in the block. High Priestess there of what Spirit wants us to know. You need to trust your intuition. This has fallen before. What has fallen before? A Four of Wands, perhaps, but we have a chance here, bookending, a chance to go into the ball and discover a new Four of Wands pulling towards the light. What was the Tower? Something pretty tumultuous. Six of Swords in reverse is refusing to move to calmer waters. Yep. It's all over this. You're getting a big old lover's lesson here, Capricorn. And the outcome energy is there's the justice scales, and it is swinging in your favor because it's on your side of the board when you vibrate from a higher frequency of passion and love, but with a mix of pushing back, keeping your boundaries up of the people that this past has followed you before. Okay, there's a higher, like these lessons they're not quick. They're not easy to just, let's make the new choice this time. Like sometimes we have to learn over and over again that the stove is fucking hot. That's it. Don't beat yourself up about it. But by you focusing on you, we have a new Four of Wands as a potential opportunity. Just don't get in that carriage. Okay, don't wait too long. Don't go back to the same place. This is a very spiritual lesson. We got higher power. We got the 22nd card of this deck, which is Master Builder. And then what Spirit wants you to know is High Priestess. So in essence, 222. You might see that number, or that might be a sign that this next person is coming. And with the Four of Wands, this is someone who is actually got some money, has their ish together, hella sexy, would make you very happy, is actually offering love. You don't have to go through that damn lesson again. Yeah. By you focusing on just your side of the energy. Eight of Cups. And you make the judgment call. This has cycled around and around and around and around, Capricorn. Okay. You got this. I ain't worried. Five of Pentacles to go with that. Six of Pentacles progression. What are you walking away from? Choosing old Scully. Okay. And judgment call. You're choosing here to heal this time, to all the way heal, no matter the time it takes. Putting the work in. We know what that other lesson was already. You deserve loyalty, Capricorn. You deserve the soulmate that's set for your highest and best. Okay. This ain't no ordinary soulmate. This is someone balanced and fair, someone that matches your energy, not someone that you've been round and round with this with. Okay. All right, almost there. We got Capricorn. We just did Capricorn. We are heading into Aquarius. Aqua babies. How you doing? Thanks for saying hi to me, guys. Thanks for hanging out, doing your errands with me and listening, or driving around, cleaning the house, maybe doing what you got to get done. Appreciate you being here. We've got Aquarius. Where's Aquarius going on this path of freedom? Where to next? Well, okay, Aquarius, magnetized opportunities. Where are you going? Okay, you got a 49 energy. That might have something to do with somebody's age. And we've got maybe an Empress keeping their eye on you. That's a fox with kind of a Queen of Swords, long, higher perspective here. Keeping an eye. 49 is a 13. Could be Scorpio energy observing you. Death and rebirth. What you got here on the top? Okay. Luther Vandross, 32 here and now, the 5 of change. You're stuck right here in between the past and the future. You're just at a here and now position. There's a little girl there on top with a little ballet outfit on. She's super cute. And yep, it just says here and now. We're just in this what kind of holding period. And then we've got a 30 and it says tick tock. And then the time kind of flies off of the clock. We don't want to be in this holding pattern forever, because under observer is time to go. Are you waiting to see what somebody else is going to do? I would never recommend that. Again, there's Mars again, Aries and Scorpio energy. What does Sassy say? It's fine to wait for the right person, but waiting for a person to be the right person, that's just an exercise in futility. Okay, you're Flipper. You are ready. Are you ready for love? Cancerian 2 of Cups. That is balanced. Also, what flew out but stayed face down is the 7 of Swords. Are you walking away from this, or I don't know what you gonna do here? TikTok. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, there's your power energy. Aquarius star. All right, let's see what this 7 of Swords situation you are stuck in the middle of here right now. Wherever Aquarius sits in your chart. You got the Star of Healing, Chiron energy, the wounded healer. So the person that has been wounded now being the healer. Okay, this could simply be your Chiron placement. 7 of Swords. This is active decision making. 2 of Wands. And by you coming in here with this 5 of change, but just sitting, and then Spirit emphasizing TikTok. So active decision making, we're trying to not actively make that decision, but you might miss out on that 2 of Cups, Aquarius. All right, let's look at what the opportunity is here. Someone that from the past coming into our present to affect our future. 6 of Cups, also heavy nostalgia energy, driving that a long-held dream, the 7 of Pentacles. These seeds have already been planted. In addition, I talked earlier about the 4-leaf clovers having to do with this nostalgia. Okay. I just don't know why you're putting up such a fuss about active decision making. So it's either you can go for the rose by making a different choice, or it's totally fine. If you same plus same equals same, then we'll just be here in the 7 of Swords of it, which is not it's an awkward position to be placed in. Okay, recent past, the Hanged Woman, creativity's on pause here, or a situation again, more just waiting energy. What's driving that Hanged Man? what did I say about the red? So the red rose. The choice here, we can actively decide to go here for, we've been putting a 3D reality on hold. Time, money, energy, resources, a person, effort. Our efforts have been on hold to take action towards new. All right, Six of Swords spirits here trying to help you out. Peacock does not have any colors, but see how the heart of the reading, her head is buried in the plumage. I don't want to have to make a decision. Or are you waiting on this person to make a decision? Heart of your energy here, Aquarius. This reading is all about a new leap of faith. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Tick tock. The zero energy of the Fool. Near future. There is Aries energy. I see you stepping into leadership. This is all for kings of action. And then the near future. If this is you, Aquarius, this is your person. They ain't saying ish. Their head stuck down in their clavicle, their throat chakra is not being utilized. Okay, who's burying their, either you're burying your head about this and just trying to do an observation, or you're waiting on someone's decision. But if they've deceived you before, or maybe they're doing this for the greater good, if they've done this before, or why are we waiting when it's our own healing? There's a portal of energy. You want to go towards balance. You want to make this new choice. You'd be here as the feminine energy, choosing to put her foot underneath that rooted tree. Stability. Hands behind the back, head buried in the plumage, head buried in the clavicle. Okay, active decision making paired with Seven of Swords. I don't love it, Aquarius. What's on the block is, you've learned this lesson before, the Hermit energy. You know what to do. This has to do with the violet flame, connected to this nostalgia energy, and a new start on the diagonal. But in the reverse, it's not giving yourself enough credit here for trusting your own intuition, looking back on what were the right decisions before, what were the wrong decisions, and you're saying, I don't know what to do. You do have the wisdom, though. You're just putting yourself on hold. All right, Queen of Pentacles is what Spirit wants you to know. Stop trying to push away your luck or what could be nurturing for you, Queen of Pentacles. All right. And then, yeah, potential outcome, the 1111 energy. Something with something nostalgic, something that starts off as a Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles. This is a shared dream. Because I wasn't sure if I was going to call that just the swan has sung its song. In this case, because this Three of Pentacles here, you're sharing this new beginning. This is a shared dream. They're very different from you. One's very earthy and grounded, and one is very blue, whimsical, from no voice to lots of voice. They're surrounded in blue. Maybe you talk a lot with this person. That's how you would know who they are. This is a shared dream of Four of Wands. Successful cycle of completion, and the head opens up to reveal the yin and the yang, divine feminine, divine masculine. Your side feels great. What's going on here? The block is a Three of Cups. Something from nostalgia is coming into play, because Three of Cups, this celebration in the block position. Either this person doesn't feel like they have anything to celebrate, or you're like, I don't have something to celebrate because I haven't learned, or it's something I don't want to learn. And your environmental energy, currently, this person that's claiming to be devastated, or the person that feels devastated, Scorpio energy there with the King of Cups, just water energy. They feel like their heart's in a ruin here. Got some mothering energy with that Queen of Pentacles. If there is some kind of financial or luck, some kind of something blew up here in the environmental energy. Yeah. And you're still kind of licking your wounds, or this person is. This is a complete, like, this feels odd, you guys, because, it's trying to come in. Well, this feels like what Spirit wants you to know is this person needs to find their diplomacy, or they need to find self-love, or they need to be able to stand on their own 2 feet or something. Like, they're putting love last. 44 energy again. 4 of Cups, 9 of Swords, Ace of Wands behind closed doors. Is this somebody like hiding their sorrow from you? Hiding their head, hands behind their back, head in the clavicle. Aquarius, you can't just make someone say something, or make someone talk, or make someone heal, or make someone choose. You're going to have to do it. And I know this is what this is. You don't want to have to. You're trying to give them every opportunity here to make a different choice. You've had an Ace of Pentacles. You've had success with them before. There is a chance to heal it, but they're not putting the effort in. And you're still waiting around for someone to put in effort. I don't see it. They're the heart of the reading, what this side is about, whatever's around you, their head is happily in the sand. They're outsourcing. They're not talking. This is near future. They ain't saying shit. They're just going to keep waiting. Four of Cups, Nine of Swords, all to be behind closed doors. Well, I really liked you after all, but I never said anything. Well, then fuck you. Like, yeah, you might be intuitive, but like, if they cared about you, then they need to do more than just observe. Okay. And have I feel like they already know it's time to go, but they don't want to say it. The heart of the reading, they're trying to get out of Dodge. You want to go too. I just can't really understand here. What's the problem? Let me see. I'll try for you, Aquarius. Why is the situation 2 of Wands, active decision, and then 7 of Swords, actively deciding to not make a decision, like trying to step away from a decision? Or you don't want to be the one to have to say it or something? Give me more on 2 of Wands, feeling 7 of Swords. 10 of Cups. I mean, this is someone you care about. They care about you equally. This is somebody in you would know this person. It's whatever situation is stagnant and stuck. And as my wise father, Frank Orders, loves to say, when you got one foot stuck in the past and one foot stuck in the future, you piss all over today. Right now, the energy is about enjoying the here and now. That's all you can do here, Aquarius. And the more this person resists, like that eclipse energy, the more they struggle and strain about what they know to be true already. That boa constrictor is only going to squeeze tighter and tighter. They're not saying nothing. Their reunion energy is in reverse. Are you going to be the last one to know here, or are you going to take control of this? Remember, 10's at the end, it converts to a new ace, and you're coming in as I want new. I want somewhere where I can choose to be. You got to also choose to use that Fool energy to your advantage and step into your Emperor energy there. Very different energy that's surrounding you, Aquarius. That felt strange. They're like, oh my goodness, that's not a squeeze, that's a beep. Is this spying? They going anyway. I hope you. Okay. That's what I'm getting. It's like someone is trying to make you make the decision because they don't want to be the bad guy. They don't want to be the bad guy. They're already gone. They're just not telling you about it yet. So wherever Aquarius is sitting in your chart, if you have a feeling something is ding dong, like time's up kind of thing, like you got to go, you ain't wrong. All right. That was trust Aquarius. That's the to have a cookie in your look, a looky cookie, a cookie looky. All right, Pisces. All right, last of the water signs. We got Aries, and we did. I think I already filled my water deck. I'll give you another couple here. Okay, Pisces. Get me out of that Aquarius. It felt a little creepy, guys. And then my ear started going, ooh. It, if you're moving into Emperor energy, in no way do you want someone that is that wishy-washy. It was just weird. I haven't felt that in an environmental energy in any of the other. A little creepy. All right. Okay. Howdy do. Little creepy. Okay. 2 seconds, please. All right, let's get that out of here. We don't need any of that business. Well, that is the transformation. If you are, we're approaching that North Node moving into Aquarius by the end of July. They may struggle and claim to know nothing until then. So I don't see anything happening on that side, Aquarius. They like need you to look like the bad guy, and I don't like that. So I say to you, I say, so what? Good, Kathy, not giving an inch. Nor I'm glad. I don't like that. Okay. Okay. All right. Great angels and guides, ancestors of the highest white light known and unknown who love us unconditionally. We are all facing this culmination of the North Node in Pisces coming up at the end of July, moving towards our node of destiny. And Pisces, their community card has come out again with the giraffe energy and also the green parakeet on the luggage. And we've got building blocks. There might be something for you in that Scorpio reading. They got 2 of those same cards. And this motorboating energy wants to come back in. All right, Pisces. Yes. Coming in as the Queen of Swords, very decisive here. Situation, passionate communication. You are focused. Yeah, Pisces. Nice. Okay. And the opportunity is to release something without, not without regret. This is something of opportunity to release with respect and love and not anger. Okay. Don't look back in anger. Very, yeah, because by you being decisive here, you've got the mermaid of the wishing well here, taking your wishes right now. And by you being clear on that, even if you've got two very even options, what is the one that's going to light your fire? What makes you feel passionate? You've got your eyes focused on this. You're reaching for it. So it could be that you have to say goodbye to an old friend here, somebody you once loved, or maybe you're just getting, something as simple as getting ready to retire. Let me see what's driving that. Nope. It'd be a relationship of some sort. So North Node of Destiny much? Okay. Tolerating something until it becomes intolerable. So perhaps by that second blue moon at the end of this month here, we'll be able to have an ending that's peaceful and not full of blame or finger pointing. Full moons are about releasing and letting go. It's a time of forgiveness when we do our Ho'oponopono. And there is a lighthouse, and then we have the light of the moon. You got an 1111 trying to come towards you, Pisces. So it feels like it depends if this was an old 1111 here, because the situation is this is a decision that is not easy. So which do you choose? This is like when I did the reading of the swords versus wands. Which one is the wand? Which one lights your passion? Which one is fun, buoyant? Okay. Yeah, it sucks to be in that position, but it's time. All right. Recent past, 6 of Pentacles. And this was pretty even, Steven here. Nothing really to complain about, except maybe passion. So Ace of Wands here. Maybe it started off as we are both putting in equal action. We both start off wanting this 1111. Okay. Heart of the reading. Yeah. What did I say about whichever makes you feel passionate, whichever of the two? What lights your fire? Double Sag. I don't know if there's heavy Sag in this person's chart or yours. Okay. That's nice. Yep, it's a new springboard here. 3 of Pentacles. All right, near future. Don't get distracted, Pisces. Page of Cups. Because near future, we're going to be stuck in that 7 of Swords again. Don't get distracted by all the shiny, pretty swords or thoughts. This is overthinking and distracting ourselves so we don't have to think about the important things we're supposed to take with us. It's the best and highest good for all involved, even though you would never steal anything from anyone. This is to avoid the swords going to the army camp in the traditional deck. This is about they're only taking with them what's needed. They're only taking 3 of the 7 swords. They're leaving the past behind. Don't get distracted by thoughts. All right, the block here. I think Cancer had that. Pretending that there's a wave of emotions, like, nope, not emotional. There's nothing for me to think of. 4 of Pentacles, will we hanging on to? What do we think we're protecting? This is bored by whatever this balance was in the past. What Spirit wants you to know, another 44. So this is healing that she has chosen to do. She puts herself there. And it's a little bit of a mystery in this deck purposely. We have all these white animals that are more rare, right? Surrounding her, kind of protecting her energy. I feel like this is as long as you go towards what lights your fire, Okay, where's your passion lie? What makes you feel invigorated? What makes you feel young again? It melts this ice on hold. It's very healing. Okay. The block was I'm ignoring what I manifested something and now I'm like, la la la, no, I didn't. Yeah, you did, Pisces. What did you manifest here? And then when I got here, you're pretending that you don't see it. 3 wands reverse. I'm just not looking too carefully at what I'm clinging on to, because then you would have to see the truth of it, right? I know, we've all been there. And this is Pisces North Node of Destiny. We may all be there right now. Okay. What's got you on ice or like frozen in time? You're choosing to like stay frozen. And then we're choosing to stay in our mind. I said that here in the near future. At least we're moving from 7 to 8, but if you don't leave behind what information and learning that's not required of you anymore, you can choose to stay frozen forever if you want to. You're just distracting yourself from what you're supposed to be learning and and also what you're supposed to be leaving. And going la 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 la, like time is going to pass regardless of whether you're covering your eyes and ears about it or not. You can spend that time starting anew, or you can just insist on staying confused and like distracted. Up to you, Pisces. All right, outcome energy, thank gravy. Happiest card in the deck here. Bookending the opportunity of an 11-11 that puts in the same energy and effort you do. Driving the sun is driving. You learn this lesson already, Pisces. You're the OG of the zodiac, right? You're the last sign. If your Venus is in Pisces, good Lord, have you been in some denial? This is like, it's like the universe has been trying its damnedest here to melt this ice from you, and you're just not having it. Like, I know which one of those I want to go after. She's reaching for it. That's communication. You've already learned all you need to know. I just don't understand. I think that the only thing left here to do is have a little talk with yourself about, okay, what do I need? What truths do I need to leave behind? Because this and that are true. Yeah, if we take 3 swords and leave 4 behind, then that means the healing is behind us. I can unthaw myself, and it's going to hurt. Are we trying to avoid the hurt? Because the hurt comes anyway when we transition into something new. And pretending we're distracted by it isn't going to delay that. You're only going to waste the pretty while you're waiting and going, no, I'm not ready yet. I know, honey. Okay. Around you, Lover's Choice, Page of Wands, throwing caution to the wind. And on your side, Pisces, Hermit, 9 of Cups, 99 energy. And what 99 problems, but what ain't one? This fucking lesson, you are done with it. Pisces, be done, please. You know what? You know where you want to go. You're choosing to go la la la. This is boring. You already learned what you need to learn. Okay, advice then, I guess, on how can Pisces dive into this opportunity of 5 of Cups being driven by the 4. Yeah. Stop hiding what you already know. High Priestess. Full moon again. You ain't happy, Pisces. This is boring. You can't get the other cup if you're pissing on today. You can't do it. It's you aren't going to get your cup full while you're still drinking stale beer. Okay. I love you. And I've been there. We all have. Okay, this is what the North Node of Destiny is asking all of us. There's faded happiness. And even look at her hand. I don't want to look at that too closely with the looking glass. So I'm just going to keep ignoring it. And I don't get to see what the universe is trying to bring me. Okay, it's a building block. It's you're not going to avoid the pain either way. We just end up delaying it, right? Woo! Now I'm trying to think, well, damn, how do you think of where Pisces is in my chart? What have I been delaying? Let's see. That would be, eighth house, Cat, that'll be our eighth house of the deep dive, eighth house of secrets. Oh boy. Okay. Well, that can be putting off some kind of passion as well. I don't know. Aries, yep, next here. Last but not least, thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate you so much. What wanted to flip for Aries? Lots of hermit energy coming through here. Lots of you are pulling out of that south node. Definitely relieved to see that coming out of the hangman tree. All right, for Aries, let's get your cards here right at 2:55. So Aries, a 12 with that hangman energy. Where to next, Aries? Where to next? All right, your action energy, still got Mars there helping you out. You are understanding that conflict and struggle is a means to see just how strong you are. All right. We do still have Mercury there with you too, getting into that last decan of Aries. Yep. Even mending mode. Mending here. 52, 7 Chariot energy. Getting ready to deliver your heart's best and greatest intentions. And we've got more Mars energy around you there with Scorpio, Pluto, transformation, the observer. Okay. Knight of Wands there on the bottom, Saggy energy. There's your fire. You're raring to go. Okay, let's see, where are we heading here? Aries, volunteer, please. 3, 2, and 1. I like that 6th shuffle. I'll leave it right there, Aries. I know you'll cream me if I don't. And all of that blue, lavender violet flame around you. Okay, yep. Mending. Got it. You're off to calmer waters here, Aries. It's you coming in as 6 of Swords. The situation, you've already learned your lesson here of the Hermit. I don't think you need the 10. I think you're ready. Yeah. You're like, just give me the money. I already did this. Let's pick up the pace here. Okay. Like, we're mending it. Let's keep going. We got shit to do. I'm feeling an urgency in your energy here, wherever Aries sits in your chart. Recent past. I already did the healing. Let's go. 4 of Swords. Heart of the reading and urgency in the energy. You're kind of getting impatient here. You're like, yeah, I learned it. I already got my grade. Okay, let's go. I ain't mad at it though, Aries. I feels a lot better coming out of that other stuff. Whew. All right, let's go. I got my wish fulfillment to get. Okay. I'm hurrying, Aries. Calm down. The block, 7 of Wands. Are you no longer pushing back on something here? Were your boundaries too rigid, or are you healing boundaries here? And that's why maybe the boundaries were too rigid. You weren't letting yourself or another situation calm down, perhaps. But now we're seeing this from our past experiences. We're like, we know where we're going. You've already learned this. Like, you antsy Aries. And then usually when we're insisting we've learned a lesson, here comes the old Nine of Wands. More Saggy energy there with your fire. And we can continue and do the loop-de-doo one more time. I don't think you are. I feel like you're telling me here, I learned the lesson. Okay, what's next? Let's go. That's the truth. Okay, good. Is Aries going to get an easiest read of the day here for once? Well, there's your power card. One of them, one of your, not power cards, one of your minor arcana. That's where Chiron the healer literally is right now in the sky at 28 Aries. This is where fate can turn in your favor here. It's in the Four of Wands, the last decan of Aries. In healing mode, we are healing a Six of Swords and the Six of the Lovers. You're choosing, you've already made your choice. You're already choosing to move to calmer waters. You've learned your lesson about one-to-one partnerships here. And the opportunity, king for a king. Someone's coming in that is a little quieter. They're more of an observer type. They might be the shy type, but they might be a little bit of a nerd alert, maybe a science nerd kind of energy. I like that. Give me a dirty nerd any day. And then the opportunity here, king for king, fixed energies, king for king, Capricorn and Scorpio. King for king. No, not Capricorn. Sorry, Taurus. Taurus and Scorpio axis. And then we have the other fixed axis will be Leo and Aquarius. Okay, my ear went a little, was deciding. Let me get up. Okay, we're healing from a past pattern, perhaps with a lover. And now, because we learned about boundaries, we are only accepting a king towards our king. Heart of the reading, all four aces of potential. Magician, this is lesson learned. Daddy Saddy, what did I say? I learned. Get out of my way. I'm done. That's exactly what this is. I'm done. Move. I already saw the pattern, Ian. Stop talking about it. Don't worry about it. Aries again. Don't worry about it. I cut and severed that pattern. You're like making me feel like I want to hurry here. And then the block position was a lesson, a cycle not completing. That's Saturn. Also, because we got Aquarius and Gemini here, Mercury energy communicating about a pattern. Aries energy, Mars cutting and severing, bringing in some wish fulfillment. But what are we pushing back on here? Okay, so yes, you are right. You have learned something here, Aries, but it's just like in order to not repeat this again, I feel like it's just asking you to slow down just for a hot, not for long. Okay, yes, you learn about boundaries, but then this pattern comes back around again. Usually Daddy Saddy does, like, have you learned it? I want to give you your gifty. Aries, you're insisting you have learned the lesson. You'll never need it again. And then we get the world and the block. Discernment there. Venus energy. This could be when Venus moves into Taurus time. And somebody really smart that kind of matches your wit here. This is the one, somebody that's transformed, or somebody that you had something for, some kind of romantic interest. They're very tempting to you. And then we got Page of Pentacles bringing a sword of truth. There's like a little, You're almost done. There's just a little more morsel. We got to integrate the lesson, Aries, like you're in a real big hurry here. What flew on the floor? You're in a real big hurry. Misty, Crystal, guys. The tower was on the floor. Okay, yeah. If we move on to, even though we've been through this cycle with this person, you're like, I learned it, I learned it, I learned it, I learned it. Well, it's coming back again just to make sure they can give you the Hierophant status on that. This is a relationship lesson. This is that person. Here they come. What I say. You can repeat a cycle again, but did you really, really, really take the whole, integrate everything? Did you forgive? Are you not focusing on what they did wrong? Can you be in a place of, thank you for the lesson. I'm ready to move on and into the next. But they good looking. Could be another Aries or Scorpio. But it's going to attempt you again. It's going to attempt to tempt you. They're kind of watching what you do, but you're going to have to put your money where your mouth is, and higher power. You're going to have to put your money where your mouth is and show spirit. Yes, I know that's not for me. This is a game of chess that nobody's pieces were moving, or they always moved into the same place. And you got to chop wood and show that you really did the work here, Aries. You're eager to prove it. You're like, it's done. I think it's funny because I can feel what this feels like. I like when Aries is sassy like this. I like that part. I prefer that Aries over the petulance of I'm right. I don't need to listen to nobody. I like that because it's a little more it's lighthearted and you're just over it. I get it. I get it. You're just over it, but you still got to incorporate the lesson. That's all. You just I know you might want to jump into that double energy with them. I just saw the Five of Swords, but if we do, we grab their wand, one more, just one for the road, Ange. Just one for the road. There's more wands along your road to hoe. Did I say it right that time? All right, everybody left watching. Let me get a special message for you for being here live. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've got sun moving, or excuse me, the moon moving into Aquarius. So I'll grab that. I'll grab my moon deck there. I'll grab the nosy deck. For all those watching, thank you so much for being here. Okay, I got my all signs done in under 3. Look at that. Okay. I'm due to a girls' night out. So speaking of Aquarius, there's your power card. You're coming in here as ready to step into a new portal. Double healing energy. This is I'm done with my healing situation. It's just whenever you're ready here to step back into your power is your choice. By stepping into this new portal, you get to be spoiled for choice there with that 7 of Cups. In the recent past, you already had this all 4 aces of potential, this reason to create something new because you put the time, energy, and effort into refocusing back on your dream and into healing your own self, evening your energy. You're ready to go. Where to next? We're heading to your magnetized opportunity. Okay, and we move from the Chariot to near future. Yes, the wounded warrior of Chiron, but you're already coming in as the star. Then that means if you've already had your new start, like I was saying to Aries, when that lesson presents itself. Doesn't feel like you're going to go there. 3 of Wands in reverse. Just make sure you're manifesting from a place of new. This is not a ship that has that you see coming in. Okay, because it's new, and this is from a place of healing. You manifest different, you manifest higher vibrational quality situations and people. Yep. What Spirit wants you to know, Knight of Cups, you poured the work into you, and you're ready to go here. You're ready to go, guys. Outcome energy by the 727. Feel like you're going to be fine here with this strength energy. Don't forget your lessons. With the Chariot, the horses' heads are very close together. The yin and yang are in alignment. And the outcome energy is, I just stop struggling against it. I go with the flow, because the more I struggle, the more I get the squeeze down. Okay, the Moon and 10 of Wands converting to the Ace. You're done here. You've done the work of looking at what was hidden. You stopped struggling and going, no, I don't have anything left to learn. Nope. You're not doing that. Okay. 4 of Wands, you're healing energies, wounds around relationship. 4 as a situation of Swords being driven by the 4 of the Emperor. Your healing can bring in this world for choice and matching vibrational frequency. Could be someone from the past, doesn't have to be, that you're having a new start with. That's why you're so quick to take off, or so willing to be so quick here in this Chariot. I'm in alignment. Let me at my 1111. And then we have the Ace of Wands here in the heart of the environmental energy. You're passion led. Near future, 99 problems. You're going to be presented with this lesson again. I'm not worried about whoever this is for. What about what I say? You're going to be presented with this past lesson, this choice. Okay, this lesson of an even balanced partnership. There's all 4 aces of potential. If something is renewing here, what Spirit wants you to know is this energy is also surrendering. They also have an interest in pouring back into the Knight of Cups, Pisces energy. And 8 of Cups with 8 of Strength. We got 88. We've got our Moon energy, 3 nines, and 10 wands. Moving from the 9 of Wands, progressing to the 10 of Wands. Walking away from an old dynamic, and could have been a wound around money here, or that could have been the worry to leave a King of Pentacles, leave a money situation surrounding you. But Temperance energy, this heart here, that's Archangel Michael, especially bookending the choice. What's coming at you next? You've done all this hard work, guys. If you put, and I know y'all have, because I've been seeing the energy shifting. Those of you who have done this, put in the work of, I know I got to do what I got to do, even if I don't want to do it. You do what you have to do, right? Those of you who have, hello, Temperance, Spirit's bringing you past life soulmate energy. It's wish fulfillment, guys. It opens everything up. I'd like to say good job. I'd love to say good job. So there you be it. Oh, it's shaking. Well, shoot. We are just, I hope you got at least that last read, because we just went through, not like you can't rewind or anything, but I am off to a girls' night, and I think we're going to have a fire pit too. So I still need to get my face on, and my hair was wet for the reading. So I just slicked it back. I guess I'm going like this. So hi and bye. Glad to see you there. We miss you on Thursdays. But anyhow, I'm going to be heading off to my girls' night. I love you guys so very much. Thank you for being here. And I will definitely see you for Thursday date night coming up, whatever date that is. The 14th. I'll see you the 14th. And thank you for watching and supporting the videos up until then. Bye-bye.